All right. Holy cow. Barely made it home in time. Work kept me late. We're just about here for kickoff. Let me just make sure I mute the stream here. It says I'm live, but it's very difficult to believe that. All right. There we go. Made it home in time. Oh my gosh. The microphone is like really blowing out. Okay. The last time I did a stream, people were like, hey, your microphone's too quiet. All right, Michigan takes the kickoff, and for some reason he decides to return it, even though in college you can take the 25-yard or 20-yard touchback anywhere on the field, but for some reason he decides to return it. I don't really understand that. I always say that, if somebody runs back the ball and they don't get past the 30-yard line, then I'm grabbing that person. I don't care if they're a professional or a college athlete, and I'm telling him, son, never do that again. All right. Do we have anyone in the chat? Is anyone in the chat? Doesn't look like it yet. We'll see what we can get going here. Let me make sure you guys can see what's happening here. All right. Michigan runs. They gain about 4 yards there on first down. Blake Corum for a 4-yard gain. There we go. Let me just make sure we can kind of show you guys what's going on here. There we go. We can see the score. We can see the play. We're second down and 6 here from Michigan's 20. Michigan wearing their the blue and with the maize, just the maize letterings. They got solid blues. They pick up about 8 yards there on second down. All right, Cornelius Johnson, Corjo. Love you, Corjo. 20, Michigan wearing their... All right, sounds like the levels are looking pretty good here in the stream. Hopefully we get some folks here joining us as we move along here. And yeah, you guys, you're in, this is Casa de Death Ray, so you can see our kitchen behind me. My wife Kate's going to be making some dinner, so she'll be a part of it here. And wow, Michigan again of just a tough run, a pickup of about 7 yards by Blake Corum. He loses his helmet on the play, so he's got to pop out for a second. I think this is a really good matchup. Washington is scary, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know too much about their defense, but their offensive line is amazing. Of course, Michael Penix does a great job throwing the ball, and he's got really, really good weapons out there, grabbing the ball for him. So I'm interested in seeing more so how if Michigan can do the, ram it down your throat kind of offense and defense, if they can control the line. And it looks like, right here they pick up about 4 on 2nd and 3. So gosh, the kind of football fan I am, I'm sort of like run the ball until they make you stop. Because the way I feel about football is the clock is a weapon. So that's one of the things that my family and friends probably get sick of hearing me say. But when you're coaching on any level of football, you have to treat the clock like a weapon. When you have the ball, you drain that clock and make it excruciating for your opponent. It's just, I think that's the way you got to do it. All right, and JJ's going to pass here. Open, and a pickup of about 10 yards on first down. So they're giving him a first down. And here we are with about 12:20 left in the first quarter, and Michigan has what looks to be a pretty smooth march going here. Wide open, Cornelius Johnson.
Is it really that far behind?
It catches up.
You want the light back on? I just can't tell what's better.
It's fine. Yeah, you can leave it. I may bring that ring light in on a commercial break or something. We don't have anyone watching, so it's fine. All right. Oh, Mullins. Need more Mullins, or it's Mullings, but I like calling him Mullins. That's a hell of a run right there. That was a tough run. He almost broke it off. If he doesn't get his ankle grabbed there, that guy might break it off to the edge, and that might be 6 right there. Oh, yeah, he just barely loses his footing there at the very end. Nice little spin move right there. He just kind of loses his balance once he gets like hip checked there by the linebacker. So here we go, 1st and 10 on the Washington 37. Play fake from McCarthy, and he's just going to eat it. He takes a sack. And for some reason, they're letting him get slung to the ground without throwing a flag or blowing a whistle. 2 watching. Well, one of them's me, so who else is out there in the chat? Yeah, I just don't understand why the whistle can't be blown when he's standing up and why he needs to get dragged to the ground. But, you know, it's football, so it's okay. All right, 2nd and 14. And Donovan Edwards runs into, oh my gosh, he runs into a bit of resistance. He steps it out. He's gone. 5, touchdown, Michigan.
Sorry.
Wow, that's the best run Donovan Edwards has had since last season. All season this year, I felt like he takes a little bit of a hit, can't quite make it out of there. And here he runs into immediate traffic, runs into his own guy, and then spins out to the left, and it's all over. Once he gets out there, that's it. All the white jerseys are on the other side of the field. Good effort there by the linebacker or the corner there from Washington. Doesn't give up on it, but 8 plays, 84 yards, just under 5 minutes, and Michigan is about to have the point after try. The kick is up, and it's good. We're 7-0 Michigan, about 5 minutes into the game. Wow. All right, and now we'll get to see if the defense are the bullies that they were last week against Alabama and really, you know, all year long. JJ is pumped. He hardly had to do anything. 2 completions, 1 4-yard loss on a sack, and the running game took care of the rest. What an offensive line. I'm going to go get a different light, folks, so we'll be right back.
Get off the stove top. Let's see. They're pumped.
That looks really good there, what they just did. Let's see how this looks. Matt's in the stream. He's like, we're watching. Matt says, we're watching the stream on the front TV over here. So he's got,
Matt's house?
yeah.
Who's over? Well, your parents.
right. And I must be a little bit behind on my stream because Michigan has kicked off and it is a touchback. Yes, I may not be paying for the ability to watch this game. Don't come after me.
You want me to refresh it or anything?
Yeah, I wish I could get the actual play-by-play to be a little bit bigger here, but I just don't have as much flexibility on the XSplit, or else I would totally get that going. But yeah, we kind of have to deal with a black rectangle down there. Maybe at halftime I can find something to fill it out there. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25 of Washington. A pitch to the left, and they're going to pick up about 6 on 1st down. So their offensive line doing their job there. And yeah, I mean, you hear so much about Michael Penix, throughout the season, and deservedly so, but that offensive line is known for, really making it happen for this Washington team that, admittedly has allowed a lot of points scored, but been able to win every single game this year. All right, shotgun snap, a pass immediately to the right. That's a pickup of, 11, 13. So Washington their offense is firing on all cylinders. They look like they're, ready to match Michigan's firepower here. So let's see which defense is going to stiffen their lip and stop this offensive, fire show here.
What? Oh, you probably didn't eat breakfast, huh? Cosmo, you really can't be on.
All right, Michigan's looking for some help there. A little trickery at the very end. A shotgun low snap. Penix rolls out to the left. He's got a receiver open. Just a pickup of about 3 yards there, maybe 2 before he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd and about 7 or 8. There's Jesse Minter. He's got to figure out, how to solve this problem here of this Washington offense. And they run it up the middle. They're going to pick up about 2 here before they get stopped. So we're looking at about a 3rd and 5 for Washington coming up on their side of the 50-yard line. All right, here we go. The first test for both sides. 3rd and 5, just under 8 minutes to play. Huskies are 47% on 3rd down conversion during this season. Let's see if the Michigan defense can figure this one out. Shotgun snap. Penix immediately throws it off to his left, and the receiver dodges a tackle. He went high on the tackle and sort of got olayed, or he olayed the receiver there. Had him. He could have stopped him. He had him dead to rights. Couldn't make it work, though, and here we go. Fresh set of downs for Washington. They do have somebody running over to the medical tent. Not sure who that was that they showed there really quick. First and 10 from Michigan's 42-yard line. Shotgun snap. Penix throws hard to his right. He's a lefty, so it's a quick throw to the right, and he's getting rushed, so he just really wasn't able to put much juice on it, and the ball fell short. And yeah, we've got looks like Washington's main rusher, their junior there, number 7, he's ran 67% of the runs, and he is having an ankle issue on his left ankle. So let's see how that will impact the rest of the game here. Washington's got a lot of weapons, so And I'm not counting on some guy that gets kind of dinged up in the first quarter of a national championship sitting out the rest of the game. So we'll probably see him back in here at some point. 2nd and 10, shotgun snap with 1 second left and a handoff right up the middle. We have a flag on the left side of the field here. I would imagine this may be offensive holding if it's not. I didn't see offsides on defense. I would imagine maybe offensive holding or an illegal formation. No foul for illegal formation. So they're picking up the flag. That's fine. It was kind of a snuffed out play anyways. And Washington takes a timeout. Okay. I mean, timeouts are not as valuable in the first half of a football game. I mean, of course, you want to hold on to them just in case you have the chance to score there at the end. But yeah, Washington takes a timeout with 7 minutes left in the first. And I'm kind of surprised. Oh, and apparently the play didn't count. Huh. That's interesting. So they blew a play dead, and then there wasn't a foul on it? I guess as a Michigan fan, I'm sort of upset. I kind of feel like if you throw the flag and you're going to blow it dead, then you better damn well make the call or let the play stand, so don't blow it dead. That's kind of odd. That's you're basically giving them a free play, and on a play where they only got 2 or 3 yards. I'm going to hop on the socials here and share this here and never see. All right. Josh Yennis, what's up, bud? Hey, man, it's going to be a heck of a game. I think Washington's probably, I know Texas made it kind of close there in that other semifinal playoff game, but Washington's the team that scares me the most. So, and every time it seems like Washington and Michigan plays, even when they've played each other in the regular season, really close games, dramatic finishes. So, yeah, I think the firepower that they have is a good match for how tough and how bullish the Michigan defense can be, and so it's a really good pairing here. I think this is probably about as best it could have worked out for the college football playoff. Only sticking with the 4 teams this year. I'm sure they're super pumped about having 12 teams next year because they'll get to avoid all the controversy with not letting an undefeated team in Florida State, but Florida State was clearly not equipped to perform in this playoff anyway. So, yeah, best of luck, Yennis. I hope it's a fair, well-played game, and I hope that controversy stays the hell out of it. I always like when the winner is clear-cut and neither side can say, oh, well, we got screwed or they got this or they got that. So I just hope in the end it's a clear-cut winner and a hell of a game. Could be Harbaugh's last game coaching, the maize and blue. So we'll just see. All right, here we go. Another try at 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, throw immediate to the left. They really like these. Man, I don't know why Michigan can't figure out that what Washington likes to do is snap the ball and immediately throw it to the right or the left. It seems like that's the gadget thing they're doing. They must be big fans of the Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers because this looks a lot like the Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, turn your receivers into running backs, turn your running backs into receivers kind of offensive play here. Penix drops back. He's got to throw it. I think he thought there was more pressure than there was because he got rid of that pretty quick there. I think he had another half second to make a better throw, but he was feeling some pressure from his right rear side there as Michigan was starting to close in on the pocket. So, Yennis, where are you watching from? Where are you at in the country or in the world? right, so it's 2nd and 10 from the Michigan 26. Washington runs to the right. The runner finds an edge and picks up about 9. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here. And Washington, not as economical as Michigan on the first drive, but certainly moving the ball without really any issue. I mean, if I'm a Washington fan, I feel pretty good about this. And I guess really it's about adjustments. And football is such a great, it's the perfect combination of brawn and brains. It's like playing chess with gladiators, and it's all about the adjustments, in game, and of course second half adjustments. I feel like the second half of every football game has the potential to be a completely different game. And here we go. Washington runs it up the gut. They pick up about 6 or 7 and another first down, and it looks like they are on the 15 here, or no, on the 10. They are on the 10. So here we go. Pressure's on. I'm just grabbing the link so I can share it yet again on Twitter. No one follows me on Twitter, so if you guys are on Twitter and you're looking for someone to follow, look up Davey Deathray. And he gets running. They run right up the middle. He gets grabbed right behind the line of scrimmage. He falls down for basically no gain. So almost escaped there and almost got tackled for about a loss of 1, but ends up getting 2nd and goal from, just in between the 10 and the 9-yard line here. Ashburn, Virginia. All right. We'll say hi to the East Coast for us. Us Conways love the East Coast. A lot of history out there. Not so much for me other than being born out there, but always love visiting. And a little bit of a little trickeration there. Out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. I apologize, guys. I've been dealing with a dry, scratchy throat. I don't know what the heck it is. Maybe it's this crappy desert air. And I'm drinking tea that is lava hot, so we'll give that a minute there. But I needed something. All right, you'll be in town this weekend. Hell yeah, man. Busy all weekend when you're out here, or do you have some availability? Go check out an arcade. Oh my gosh, Washington calls their second timeout. Okay, calling one timeout relatively early in the first half, not that big of a deal, but now when you're looking at just having one timeout for the rest of the half for about 20 minutes of game clock, I guess we'll just see how the half ends. But, I'd like to have at least a couple timeouts towards the end of the half, just in case you have the chance to get the ball back, or even if you're in a spot where you want to at least play for a field goal. This is probably really interesting for Kate, because when we sit here and watch football all weekend, and I sit and do my, commentary, and then the commentators say the exact thing that I just said, she's always like, you should do this. So, first time for everything.
Can they hear me?
Yeah.
I always say, why don't you do this?
Why don't you do
Not
this?
you should do this. You should have been doing this for years.
Yeah, should have been doing YouTube for years, but here we are. It's finally happening, and man, every video's been its own challenge, but it also pushes you to do the next one, and it's been full of blessings, and I don't know, just a great community, and everybody that I've met has been so supportive and awesome. So really, really pumped. Oh, so you'll be on the east side out there, Josh? We got crazy cats over here causing some problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
the East Valley, I go out there in the East Valley, a lot of if there's a horror convention or something like that, or even to meet up with some buddies to shoot videos, they all live on the east side. And, Kate and I are like, man, did we mess up by being out here? It is nice and quiet up in Estrella. That's the benefit, I guess, of being in this part of the valley. But yeah, the East Valley's got so much is just right there and accessible. Oh, and you'll be in Scottsdale. Okay. Very, very fancy. All right, the chat is filling up. Who's out there? Let yourselves be known. And so I guess Washington's got a decision here on, this goal line stand that they're in with Michigan. They've been able to move the ball the entire time. It's just, gosh, I only played, Little League football, but everyone that's a big football fan and everyone that has, played it, even at a high school level, how tight everything gets right here. Obviously the field is smaller and it's just tougher to get more out of what you got. The benefit is actually to the defense. So we'll see what they do here. So it is 3rd and goal from the 8. Penix is in shotgun, running back to his right. We have motion moving over to the left, and he's going up. He's whispering sweet nothings to the center, letting him know they're changing something, and Michigan is having to adjust as well. So let's see what we got here. Michigan looks to be rushing. They're pushing, breaking the pocket down. Penix has a wide open throw there. He just kind of missed him on the throw. I mean, the defender was there, but that is a catchable ball if it's thrown better. It's the receiver had the opportunity. He also could have let him out to the sideline a little bit more. Just give him a ball that only he can reach. But I think the nerves seem to be getting to Penix a little bit, because anytime the Michigan rushing attack even gets within like a couple yards of him, seems to get a little antsy. Like he probably could have even ran. He could have ran to the left there. So we got a field goal attempt, and man, that was close. Yeah, he narrowly missed the right upright. So here you go. Washington had to eat up 2 of their timeouts, and they only have 3 points to show for it. That's a tough one. A 7-3 ball game's a 7-3 ball game, but I also think sometimes, when you're in this spot, the way that I feel, whenever Michigan is playing a team that I think has an edge on us, I just sort of feel like maybe early in the game you go for it, but they were pretty far away from, 4th and goal from the 8's a pretty tough one. So, all right, 7-3 ball game. Washington has shown that they can move the ball. So, I guess, yeah, you take your 3 right there. You take the points because you can move the ball, and you just figure next time you can get that 7. What do you guys have? Any favorite commercials? I know it's kind of like a oxymoron, favorite commercials. I usually Kate and I just put on the Red Zone when we watch NFL, so we get 7 hours of commercial-free football.
How about them Lions?
Yeah, the Lions playing the Rams. And then you got the Commanders going after both of the Lions coordinators for a head coaching job today. Come on, we can get more than 3 people in here, right? We can get more than 3 people. Come on, y'all. Josh, if you haven't subscribed yet, there's some cool videos here on this channel. I can even talk this way for the rest of the stream if that helps. Or I could be like Al Michaels and say Baltimore instead of Baltimore. Yeah, they all say, it's like every announcer says pass rush, or there's just something about the clarity on the microphones that just doesn't quite translate. What is that? It says experience the next chapter. I was like, is that Aaron Rodgers playing Jesus? What's going on here? What is this movie? Is that Aaron Rodgers? I'm joking.
Season 4, it's already been happening.
Holy cow.
In theaters.
You could tell I'm not with it on The Chosen. I'm out of the loop.
They play shows in theaters?
I suppose they do play shows in theaters. Oh, they're talking about those NFL playoffs. Who do you guys have in the NFL playoffs? What teams are you rooting for? Did your team make it? Or are you a Commanders fan like me and can only win 4 games? And again, taking the ball out and only getting to like the 13-yard line. Man, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm screaming at my special teams coach to say, hey, I know we have a great offense, but we need to be starting at the 25, not the 13. So stop that. Stop that right now. All right, 1st and 10. From their 14. Okay, so it's not as bad as the right in between the 13 and the 15 there. JJ hands it off up the middle. We've got Blake Corum. He gets about 3 yards and gets stopped. It looked like he was fighting to break it out to the edge, but just couldn't make it. All right, let's see if Michigan can repeat what they did there in that first drive or if Washington's made the proper adjustments. JJ's in shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He launches it down the field wide open. Roman Wilson, what a dude. Roman Wilson, dangerous. And I tell you what a reach for a gentleman that looks to be relatively small. And I know in football it's easy to call him small. I think it's all kind of relative. He's probably about my size. What a throw by JJ, just, splitting right through the defenders there. There are a few Washington players, but the man that was actually closest to Wilson wasn't even looking for the ball. So he's just looking to make a play on Wilson after the catch. Another shotgun snap there on the Washington side of the 50. Really quick pass, a little bit too much juice on there. Slips through the fingers of the receiver and looked like Washington got a hand on it, but, not quite almost an interception. Thank you so much, Josh. Have a great one, man. Have an awesome trip out here. And, the next time you're in the area and you want to get together or kick it, just give me a shout. Cheers. All right, so we basically have the Death Ray / Conway family watching me talk about the game, and we're going to stick it out, people. Donovan Edwards, oh my gosh, he is going off in this game. Another massive touchdown. He kicked things off with a 41-yard touchdown run, and this one looks to be almost the same, 46-yard. Holy cow. This is the beauty of college football, is that a player can have an amazing season, be kind of cold another season, and all you need is him to be popping off in that game where you need him most. Last year it was against Ohio State. Donovan Edwards just chewed them up. And really, it's like, hey, just let me do it that one game. And so there you go. J.J. McCarthy with one really impactful pass play. Blake Corum gets 3 yards, and Donovan Edwards eats up the rest, starting from the 15, and then the 14 doesn't faze Michigan at all. They score another touchdown, and there is concern in the looks of the Washington fans in the audience, and I completely understand why, because you know what? Field goals ain't going to cut it. Okay. So they're showing the trickeration here on the line work, which confuses Washington's defense. They don't know quite what to do. You're showing strong left here, but Donovan actually sees the opening to the right. It looks like he makes a decision there. It's such great vision, I think his big problem this year is he just would get grabbed by one guy and fall down, but here he doesn't even get touched. Not one person touches him until his teammates congratulate him in the end zone. Great vision, really cool play design. The coordinators for defense or for Michigan do such a great job. Jesse Minter on defense and Sharon Moore on offense, man, and stepping into to be head coach, interim head coach when Harbaugh was, suspended for a couple spells this year. These guys show that they're not only can they draw it up on their side of the ball, but they can coach the entire team. I think if Michigan ends up losing Harbaugh, they've got some good options to go with, and I think both those guys are great. I would go with the offensive coach if I'm picking a head coach, just because I like when the offensive coach is tied to that quarterback and tied to the attack, the offensive attack. So here we are, just like that, 14-3. There's concern on the face of even the Washington coaches right now. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25 after the touchback. Penix is in shotgun, running back to his right. He is making some adjustments at the line. He steps back. And let's see what Michigan brings on this second drive with their defense out there. A little bit of pressure. Penix steps up, and he's going to take it. He slides for a pickup of about 6. Yeah, Matt, Edwards, 2 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's unreal. Yeah, isn't it wild that he just hasn't looked like himself all season, and then in the most important game of the year, this guy just finds a way. So 2nd and 5, they give him just 5 with the slide, a little time to develop. So Michigan sniffed that one out and able to make a stop, maybe a pickup of 1. And it looked like the running back is again kind of slow. It's that I missed his name, number 7, that was dealing with the ankle, or Anko, depending on how you like to pronounce it. So yeah, no gain, 3rd and 5 here. This is huge for Washington. If you're Washington, you have to pick this up, and they're looking around like, yeah, you can't call a timeout here, bro. Shotgun snap. The rush is there, and Michigan can make the stop. The receiver reaches out the ball. I don't know why. I mean, if you reach out the ball, you maybe get another yard, but you're still a few yards short. So it's going to be 4th down and about 3 or 4. And that's Mike Sanderstill. Great tackle because he just has one hand on him. The receiver is about to escape, and these guys from Washington, these guys are weapons. I mean, these guys are, as far as college football goes, they're like the San Francisco 49ers about, just how slippery and impactful these guys are. So the punt is away, kind of a low, weird punt, but it takes a favorable bounce for Washington. So Michigan's going to take over on their 21, best starting field position they've had all game, and it comes courtesy of a punt that's not very good, but actually has a pretty nice bounce for Washington there. Are you just give it to Edwards first play? Or do you just sort of, is Edwards the uppercut that you throw after giving a quick jab and a hook, and then you just light him up with the uppercut? It seems like that's the way Michigan's going here, and we're not even taking a commercial break. They're going right for it. From the 21, 1st and 10, 21 seconds left in the quarter. Michigan's up 14-3. JJ hands it off from shotgun. And here we go. Blake Corum off to the left. We're off to the races. Corum could take it. Oh my goodness. He cuts it across. He cuts it back. And now we go from the 21-yard line of Michigan to the 20-yard line of Washington. Just like that. Michigan is showing that, man, I mean, they've got it cooking so far. Plenty of football left to play. Plenty of adjustments to be made. You never know what the second half is going to look like, and you hope that everyone on both sides of the ball, stays healthy and gets to play the whole game. So things are looking great. That's the end of the first quarter. Michigan is up 14-3 with a first down from Washington's 20 when we come back from the break. Holy cow. Yeah, what are they averaging now per carry, Matt, after that run? It's another 60 yards, so what they're probably averaging like 28, 33 yards per carry. Oh, we got this. This looks like crap. This Echo. This is just a Daredevil spin-off show. A TV show of a comic book character I've never heard of. Interesting.
What's her deal? She's deaf.
Yeah, so it's like she's the reverse of Daredevil. Daredevil's blind, she's deaf, but it's pretty much the same thing, right? She even wears red. D'Onofrio's got to love playing this role because they just say, hey, Vince, just go eat. Just go eat. You're playing Kingpin. Oh, so they're averaging 19 after that 60-yard. Yeah, because they've had a couple shorter runs. Wow. Well, hey, I'll take 19 yards per run any day of the week. Yeah, how are you guys feeling over there, Matt? Are you guys doing shots after every touchdown? And if so, when should I call the ambulance? What do you guys think of that Echo show? That looks like, gosh, Marvel's just completely lost me, I guess, at this point, because I'm not saying I know every comic book character ever and all that. You know, I'm 41, so there's plenty of new characters since I was a kid following comics, but it just seems like they don't really know who their audience is. They're trying to create an audience instead of create material that's, you know, primed for the audience that's already there. To me, if you wanted to make money entertaining people, you would, you know, write stories for the audience that's already built in. But what do I know? I have 3 people on this stream, so.
Daddy, are you watching? Absolutely.
Man, so they may need to. We'll see how this goes, but they should simultaneously, at halftime, they should start the loser bowl, and it should be Alabama playing Texas for who really gets third place. Uh-oh, we got a freeze on our stream over here.
You need my help?
We got a stream freeze. My dad wants you to be on camera more.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Michigan 1st and 10, start of the second quarter. Corum takes it middle right, and man, I mean, he has to step over his own guy that falls down. He still picks up about 4 yards. So even these plays for Michigan that are looking busted on the offense, you know, most teams would, 3-yard pickup. I'd take 3 yards average per run.
Hey, Mike.
Any day of the week.
Somebody's got to cook the sliders, so maybe I can join more when they're done.
Yeah, we'll pull
But
up.
I'm watching. I feel like we're hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, I got home late from work, and Kate usually gets out on, you know, Mondays and Fridays, especially a little bit earlier than me. So she's fixing up dinner, and once dinner's all ready, we'll probably sit together and watch. We got Mullings picked up a few yards there on second down. We're going to be looking at 3rd and 4. Love you guys. Hope you're having a great time over there. What are you guys eating? All right, 3rd and 4 from the Washington 14. And JJ calls a timeout. They just had 5 seconds left on the play clock, and clearly he didn't think they could get going what they needed to get going. So not a bad time for a timeout. Still got 2 in the barrel. And more commercials. I'm going to refresh the stream and see if we can catch up a little bit.
It's just ice cold.
Oh, still?
I worked it a little, but yeah, it's really cold. I want them to cook right,
Did you put it in the warm zone on?
No.
Chicken, bacon, mushroom chicken, all the things
What
in
did
life
you,
you missing.
did you take the soup for lunch?
Yeah.
I got chicken and there's obviously greens. So.
You're the best. All right, got the stream refreshed. That's awesome, Matt. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I didn't know, I set up this stream just kind of on a whim. I wanted to try something new and different and just sort of challenge myself and stretch a little bit. And I thought like maybe a stream like this would bring in some people that, didn't know about the channel, that would be, just searching for someone to watch, commentate on the game. So, yeah, maybe we'll pick up steam as we go. Admittedly, like a lot of people that I think are into the content that I normally create and put on the channel, I don't know how much crossover there is with sports fans and like the horror crowd and but you guys know I like all sorts of stuff, and just like you guys do. So yeah, we'll see if hey, we got 5 people in here now, so we got some people rolling in. Who's out there in the chat? Let yourself be known. You rooting for Michigan? You rooting for Washington? Are you here to hate on Michigan just because you're an Ohio State fan, or because you think they cheat and that's the only way they could ever win? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Let's get it going. You leave something in the chat, and we'll talk about it, all right? You don't even have to super chat. That's how small time this channel is. Apologize for the coughing, guys. All right, 3rd and 4 from the Washington 14. Shotgun snap. JJ goes back to throw, and the ball is knocked away. Really good defense there. He was right there. Seems like on that play, Michigan just wanted the ball to go there no matter what, to Roman Wilson. And, to Cornelius Johnson. I'm sorry. But yeah, well covered, really good defense, and Michigan is going to roll the field goal unit out there and see if they can give themselves a 2-touchdown lead. Kick is up, and whew, on the other upright, but just about as close as that a bit too close Washington field goal was. So the field goal kicker is keeping the drama up here in the college football national championship. Wow, that was pretty close right there. But hey, it all counts. And Washington is, they've got some stuff to figure out. And we'll see what they do with the ball when they get it here next. Oh, yeah. We've got 4 people watching. 4 whole people. Holy cow. So 3 more people than watched the Golden Globes last night, right?
Oh my gosh, Carlos, break it up.
All right, Michigan is about to kick it off. We have 13 and a half minutes left in the first half of the college football national championship. The ball goes out of the back of the end zone. Washington will start their offensive drive from the 25-yard line. And they're looking to really make an impact here. This is, You figure you may get the ball a couple more times here in this half, and you need to put some real points up on the board. First and 10, Penix in shotgun, motioning folks to the left, running back to, to the right, running back to the right as well. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it. It is caught, and that is going to be a Washington first down right away, a pickup of 10 immediately. Yeah, I think, the one thing that Washington seems to be doing really well here is grab the ball and a quick, 1-2 throw. Like counting your seconds that quickly. 1-2 throw. So Michigan needs to, if they can get a jump on one of these balls, you time it right, you can have a pick six. So they got to be on the lookout for that, because that seems to be what's working best for Washington's offense here, is that, those throws to the side, almost some of them lateral. That one was a little bit downfield. He throws down the middle. Caught again, a gain of 15 on 1st and 10. So Washington is at the 50-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff up the middle. They're going to pick up, just about 2. It looked like he was going to at least get 3 or 4, but he gets pushed back after a gain of 2. And you can tell that they're just trying to keep Michigan's defense honest here. Oh, just a pickup of 1, 2nd and 9. I will say this, doing the commentary for the game kind of makes it go by relatively quickly. And the fact that Michigan, looks to be going the right way, I'm not stress sweating as much as I thought I was going to be. And then we've got a dead play, blown dead here. That's going to be a false start on Washington. So they're going to get pushed back to their side of the field. We got guys on the Washington team back there smiling. I don't know if I'd be smiling if I'm on Washington's team. If I were a coach, I'd probably smack that smile off that kid's face. Not literally, but maybe. Yeah, just a little bit of movement there. Yeah, the center twitches. Wow, what a... people rip on the refs, and I get it because sometimes they miss really obvious things, but to see that little twitch from the center there, to catch that in real time, without an eagle eye camera, it's a good call. The rush is about to get to Penix. He throws it off. That was a dangerous throw. Broken up. Possibility for that getting picked if it were just a half yard shorter. And it's a long 3rd and 14. Long 3rd and 14. If you're not Patrick Mahomes, 3rd and 14 is scary. And I'd imagine that Washington is feeling the pressure here. 3rd down conversions, they've been 47% on the season. They're 2 of 4 tonight, so a little bit better than average. Let's see if they're able to pick up the 14 necessary to keep the drive going here with 11:18 left in the half. And we have another false start. So this is amazing because Michigan's defense hasn't even tallied a sack yet. They've gotten a couple pressures, but really haven't gotten one of those almost sacks. But yet the Washington offensive line, the highly touted Washington offensive line, is a little twitchy. I think they know what may be coming if they start to lose their stamina, if they start to get tired a little bit, and there we go. We've got more twitchiness there. So, yeah, we're looking at a 3rd and 19. Washington's got it, I think, close to their own 40-yard line by this point. Yeah, the 41 of Washington. Still 11:18 left in the half. Shotgun snap. Penix takes it back. He throws down the middle. It is caught, and it's going to be about 7 yards short. So we're going to have about a 4th and 7 from midfield. And they look like they're thinking about this. I don't really blame them. I think here I probably just punt it and try to pin them. And then, you get the ball. The next time you get the ball, you go for it on 4th. Because this is Yeah, we'll see. I feel like if from a coaching perspective here, if you don't pick this up, you may just be handing a touchdown over. So so maybe they'll call their last time out, or maybe they'll take a delay a game and just punt it. Oh, nope, they go for it. Penix throws the ball way downfield, wide open, but his receiver can't find his footing. He wasn't prepared for the ball to be thrown to his outside shoulder. He was thinking the ball would be on the inside, and as he turned to the outside, he lost his footing. He was wide open. That would have been a touchdown if you hit him in stride there. I have to admit, I got a little stress sweaty on that one. This is incredible. I mean, this is going to tear you apart if you're Washington, because he needs the ball on the inside. Because as he turns, that's what gets him all thrown off. That weird sort of dance hitch move. Yeah, that is the play that if you're Washington, you just absolutely have to have right there. Not only do you turn the ball over, but it would have been a touchdown probably, or damn near close. Hey Conway fam, what do you guys think of did you see my thumbnail? What did you think of that? How's my thumbnail game? Am I evolving? I need validation. Had a really busy weekend, guys. For you guys in the chat, and then anyone that may watch this afterward. Got knocked out a couple interviews yesterday. Interviewed my good buddy Brian McPherson, singer-songwriter. American folk hero, and then got to interview some Aussies. Chris Stanley, Cosplay Chris, what a sweetheart, awesome YouTuber, great cosplayer, actor, model maker, just an all-around talented guy. And then his buddies from Lux Media, Daniello Barcelli and Sarah Leiker, they started their production company just doing, photography and videography, but, their ambitions are to be filmmakers. And it was so cool chatting with those guys, chatting with people that are 18 hours ahead of you. That's kind of fun to just like work out those logistics, and just really sweet, genuine people. And, I hope they find great success, and I think they will. I don't want to spoil anything from the interview, but I think they've got, what it takes to really take some things, take their ambitions to even greater heights and achieve everything they want to. So, yeah, really looking forward to dropping those. I think the Lux Media interview will drop Wednesday or Thursday this week, and then Brian's we're looking to drop on Saturday. And I think for both of the interviews, we're going to do them as YouTube premieres. So the cool thing about a premiere, you can't scrub forward on the video. You can scrub back, but you can't go, it basically shows it live just one time. And then we can jump in the chat and we can interact with folks in the chat. So it'll be pretty cool to do that. Just trying to spread the wings here on the channel, try some different things out. Find that corner for Davey Deathray on YouTube, and just see what sticks. And above all else, just do things that I'm passionate about, because it just my hair just ain't gonna look right if I'm not passionate about it. So, and Michigan has a play where they lose about a yard there on their first down. Maybe I wouldn't be really high-fiving yet if I was Washington, but whatever. I'm old school, and I didn't even really play the game. So it's a no gain. So it's a 2nd and 10 here from the Michigan 47-yard line. Back behind McCarthy, motion to the right. fakes the handoff. McCarthy rolls out to the right, throws it downfield. That ball looks to be caught. Washington saying no. Oh, looks like they did break it up. Colston Loveland could not bring the ball down. He has both hands on it. Yeah, oh man, if he just stuck with that first, he didn't really need to adjust his hands there. And Edwards is open for, about 5 yards. I totally understand throwing downfield there. But it is 3rd and 10 here. Let's see what Michigan can do here on 3rd and 10 from the 47. It's a pass play, and it is overthrown to Cornelius Johnson. Michigan's going to roll out the punt unit for the very first time tonight with an opportunity to really pin Washington. So the Washington fans are pumped on that. We'll see where they have to where they have to start their next drive. And this is one of those spots on the field where it's like, do you take a delay a game on purpose just so you can give yourself that extra 5-yard cushion of not accidentally having a touchback on this punt? They opt to just punt. The ball is booted high, and it lands in the end zone. I guess even if they had the 5 yards, it was still probably going to land in the end zone, which is really funny because Michigan's punter, if you guys watched the Alabama game, I know that, my family did, their punter couldn't punt at all in that game. It seemed like, what was his average punt, like maybe 40 yards? It just seemed like it was almost giving Alabama a leg up on every single drive. And I'm going to snack on a little cheese. We got people hopping into the chat. We got people leaving the chat. They look at me and they're like, this guy's ugly. I'm out. I am out. So you guys didn't tell me what you're eating over there at the Matt Conway household. Matt, did you smoke something? What, does Devontae Adams just have Taco Bell in his house? Is that what they're saying here? Kind of an odd move. Lupe. How you doing, Lupe? I love cheese too. Hey, Josh, how are you doing? We had Yenis in the chat earlier. Now we've got Bents. Reefer. I have not enjoyed any reefer yet today. I don't think YouTube cares about like vaping on streams and stuff, but I figure I'm pretty open with most people about the fact that I like to use cannabis every day, so I don't feel the need to, blow vape all in your face on the streams. But yeah, enjoy cannabis every day. However, I did quit drinking how many days ago? I quit drinking 94.87 days ago, so I'm coming up on 100 days. Gosh, and really for me, it was just I felt like I was lacking so much motivation. I used to be, at least with my passion projects and my creative work, I used to be so motivated. Late nights, just for the love of the work and waking up and doing it again. And I just felt over the last 20 years, I just lost that bit by bit. And, one thing I realized after about 10 days. Yes. I asked Matt if he smoked something. Yes, Matt's smoking reefer, only if I'm around. Yeah, but 10 days, 2 weeks into not drinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much energy. So it's one of the reasons why I'm doing all this YouTube stuff. Oh, and Penix finally gets brought down. Pretty much like a one-handed sack gets yanked down. The very first sack for Michigan here. And this is when the screws start tightening. I wouldn't be surprised to see another false start here on this drive. That he just gets bullied. The guy from Washington, gets pushed down on his ass, number 71, knocks his head against the ground, and just kind of looks like he doesn't even know what the hell happened. Well, I tell you what happened, Mr. West Coast college football players. You just had a Michigan man run at you. That's what happened. And we're looking at 2nd and 22 with 8:40 left in the half. Penix is back in the end zone. He throws the ball away quickly. It skips on the ground before landing in the receiver's arms. And the refs are not falling for that nonsense of him saying it was a catch. Dangerous. Clearly not a completion. Although I understand if you're the receiver, why aren't you gonna try to, claim that? All right, 3rd and 22. What can Washington pull out here? And will they go for it on 4th down again? I doubt it this time around if they end up getting put in that spot. So shotgun snap. Penix is back in the end zone. He has a little toss to the running back, and who gets stuffed down. It's going to be another 4th and 7 decision here for Washington. I think here you have to punt the ball away. I mean, you don't want to just hand over points. We got 5 people in the chat. Holy cow. We've got Lupe. Josh Bentz. Hit somebody, JB. I don't think I do the imitation as well as my other brothers, but, always give it a go, Give it a go. And the punt is off. Line drive punt. Really low, though. It takes a favorable bounce for Washington, but, man, he's got a little bit of what Michigan's punter had last week against Alabama, where it just doesn't seem like the air is really getting under the ball. Oh, and we got John Harbaugh surprises his brother Jim on the sideline here. That's too cool. And John, man, what a season for the Baltimore Ravens. Number 1 seed in the AFC. Talk about a team that has a bully defense. And then you got the Harbaugh patriarch and matriarch out in the stands. They both look pretty damn good. Mom Harbaugh's looking spry. She's standing up. She's into the game. She's got her sweater on and her big Go Blue button. And it's 1st and 10 from the Michigan 33. Corum up the middle, and he just finds a way to pick up about 8 yards, and the refs have to take a look at maybe some extracurriculars going on in the back there in the defensive side of the ball. So a pickup of 8 there on 1st down, and we've got Orji is out there quarterbacking. So JJ's taking a break, and man, another great weapon that Michigan has. They just have all these wrinkles in their offense. I think that's what kept them so, tough to play against this year. And Orji takes a run to the left, and he's going to pick up a nice gain. Relatively small guy, but built. This guy is a muscular dude. And yeah, I just think Michigan all season, it was like every time, they're going to play Penn State. And then when they play Penn State, they play them completely different than they played any other game the whole rest of the year. And so it's like every game you're unveiling this new wrinkle. And, you got a little bit of a hold there that Michigan got away with absolutely on the jersey there. I don't know if it really affected the play that much, but if I'm a Washington fan, I want that flag thrown. I try to be as fair as I possibly can. I'm a Michigan fan, but I'd want the flag there, and I wouldn't be mad if they had thrown it, And Orji looks like Edwards thought he was going to get the ball, and maybe he should have. He could have gotten a few more yards on the outside, but Orji runs it up the middle for a short gain. And, just no matter what, other than the previous drive, it just seems like Michigan is moving the ball. And McCarthy's going to come back out here. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Really, really appreciate you coming by. Hey, Lupe, no big deal if you don't know football. That's why we're here to kind of, I played as a little kid, so I don't even have much experience, beyond the little league level. as we have a Washington player that is down. He it looks like something happened to one of his hands or his arms that looks to be really painful. He's writhing in pain. But yeah, Lupe, are you, whereabouts are you? Where do you live? Did you grow up watching any sports at all? One thing I like to do, when watching football and just watching it with other people is just sort of, kind of nerd out about it and just sort of, talk the game and just sort of explain what I'm seeing, because I come at it from mostly a fan angle. And one thing I noticed about football is the more I watched it, the smarter, the more education you get just from watching. So you pick things up and you start noticing things you didn't notice before. And then you start loving the sport even more. It's like every season I fall more in love with the sport. And Josh, are you up in Alaska? Where are you at, bud? An ad for Masters of the Air, starring the guy that played Elvis Presley, whose name I can't remember. Austin something? What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
Kate's eating a burg. We got sliders. Is that the penguin from Billy Madison? We got 4 people in the chat. At home in Juneau. All right. What's it like out there in Juneau right now? Is it dry and snowy, wet and snowy? Clear skies and all the cream of the Milky Way and every single star in clear view? I miss it sometimes, The desert can be nice for most of the year, And certainly it's pretty cool to just have access to other things. Going to shows and, certain stores that you can't have in Juneau. So happy that I grew up in a small place like Juneau, Alaska. I think like when you're living in an isolated place like that, when you're growing up as a kid, it's easy to be like, oh, this sucks. There's nothing to do. I'm bored. And then, one of the things I did is I fell in love with music. I poured myself into that. I'm an 80s and 90s kid, so I played Nintendo and played Genesis. There's a whole bunch of indoor activities you can enjoy in a place like Alaska. And I think that the isolation of the city, just let me kind of become myself in a way that I don't know if growing up in a big city, would have kept me away from the peer pressures and the societal pressures. I got into punk rock when I was about 12 years old. And who knows if I would have found punk rock if I grew up in a place like Phoenix or Chicago or whatever. Not saying that those cities don't have their own scenes. I just think that when you're in a more metropolitan area, you can just be influenced by pop culture in such a bigger way. So here we go. 3rd and 8, Michigan on the Washington 45 or 44-yard line. Oh, the Manning cast is great, Josh. Yeah, those guys crack me up. And a really nice run from Michigan here. It's not quite enough to pick up the first. It's going to be about 4th and 2. So it's decision time. Do you just go for it? Do you try to kick a field goal here? I say just like take the points, right? I mean, what do you do? But you also are gaining a really good clip every single time you hand the ball off. Lupe, I am 41 years old. I'll be 42 on May 18th of this year. And Michigan's going to punt. Interesting. But it looks like we have a timeout from Michigan. Maybe they're going to think about this. It's close to 4th. They're calling it 4th and 3. It's pretty much 4th and 3. So Michigan calls their second timeout. Both teams have one timeout left in the barrel. 4:46 here left in the half. And yeah, it's decision time. And Sharon Moore wants his offense out there. and they want to keep the pressure on Washington. You know, second half of a football game, that those halftime adjustments are huge. It's a brand new ball game. You get some energy back. You know, you reconfigure your plan of attack on all sides of the ball, every phase of the game. And I think if you're in Michigan's shoes here, it's about applying the pressure until you suffocate your opponent. I know it's very violent language when you talk about football, but it is a violent sport. And I do think, you know, it's using the clock as a weapon, you know, running the ball effectively, taking advantage of the pass game, and breaking your opponent's will. The look that Penix has there on the sideline as he waits for his turn, you want that anxiety to just build in your opponent, because that's what makes them make mistakes. And it's what makes them, you know, have penalties and drop balls and all that kind of stuff. Take care, Josh. Thank you so much for dropping by, man. Love you. We'll see you next time. So 4th and 3, JJ throws it. The ball, it is broken up. Washington will take over on downs. And it looks like maybe JJ just misread the play there, or missed an open receiver. Let's see on the replay. Yeah, he does have open receivers in the middle and on the left side of the field. Yeah, that's clean defense, you know. No cause for a flag. He doesn't look at the ball, but he doesn't make contact with the receiver, and he sticks his arm out to prevent a clean catch. Roman Wilson does get his hands on the ball, but that arm is in there causing interference there. Yeah, Lupe, so you grew up in rural Oklahoma. Yeah, you know, and movie soundtracks is how you found out about new music. I kind of had that experience too. Let me see here. What were the big ones? There was, growing up, I really liked the Jerky Boys. You know, they did the prank phone calls and everything, and they had that Jerky Boys movie, and that soundtrack was really, really good. There's like L7, Green Day even has a track from Kerplunk on there. You've got Tom Jones doing Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz, doing a cover of the Lenny Kravitz song. Helmet covering Symptom of the Universe. Gosh, what else is on there? Collective Soul has a good song on there, and I'm not even the biggest Collective Soul fan. I like that song. It's called Gel. Really, really fun soundtrack. Yeah, soundtracks are a really cool gateway because they're kind of like a mixed tape, you know? So sometimes it is all one style, but I think a lot of times there's a little bit of different flavors in there. So, yeah, soundtracks are a great way to find out about new music. And really, I think, too, you know, growing up in Juneau, it was just hanging out with like-minded people and having friends and, you know, older guys. Like when you get into high school, you know, you find out the one guy that's a couple years ahead of you that likes the same kind of music, and maybe he's heard of some stuff that you haven't checked out yet. So Washington is moving the ball here on this drive. And if I'm Michigan, I'm thinking no way in hell we can let them score a touchdown here before the half. We certainly can't let them eat up the rest of the half and score a touchdown. So now it's flipped. Now Washington, if you're a Husky fan or you're in their coaching staff, you want to drain this clock and you want to score a touchdown, leaving Michigan nothing. And they're this quick pass game, throwing it down the middle, these quick passes. That's the third first down in a row. "42 set hike." Hello. I think I've seen you in the chat before, 42 set hike. Were you along for the New Year's Eve?
That was like the first comment.
Yeah, I think you were here on New Year's Eve. And a broken up pass. Finally, Michigan's defense gets something to go their way on this possession of Washington. And really, you know, it was just good timing on the defense's part. I still think that they got to, you know, look out for one of those sideline passes and look for that pick six opportunity, because that could really break the back of the opponent. Where are you watching from today, 42 set hike? All right, 2nd and 10 from the Michigan 24, 23. 2:17 left in the half. Penix takes a shotgun snap. He's got pressure. He has to get rid of the ball immediately. His receiver is not ready. He lost his footing, and the ball was massively overthrown due to the pressure. I think Penix is letting the pressure. I guess if I'm Penix's coaches at halftime, I'm gonna tell him, hey, let yourself have another beat before you get rid of the ball, because I think he's getting a little too antsy on the pressure. I think sometimes you just got to take a little bit of a hit. That's the sacrifice you have to make as a quarterback and the leader of your team if you want to get this thing cooking. 3rd and 10 from the Michigan 23, relatively low snap. Looks like a hold there. And there's going to be a penalty on Michigan, unfortunately for us Michigan fans. I didn't see the pass interference because by the time the camera got there, it didn't look like anything was going on. I did see a hold on the offensive line. I did see a Michigan defender getting wrapped up, his arm, an arm wrapped around his chest and neck. So let's see, is this really... Yeah, he holds his jersey, and you don't need to. He probably wouldn't have caught the ball, so yeah, I get it. But yeah, good point that Herb Street brought up there in the broadcast, that he did have a star receiver just waiting there that could have pulled that in for a TD just right there. So 1st and goal from the Michigan 8-yard line, and we're going to run it up the gut. And the running back picks up a good 3 yards here. He's just taking a beating, though. Every time this guy goes down, it doesn't look comfortable. His whole left leg, he started the game with just wrap around the ankles like everyone else. His whole left leg is wrapped up. Who knows what this guy's going to have to get done to him at halftime. They're probably going to have to shoot him up with cortisone. 42 said, Hike, would I watch a Browns-Lions Super Bowl? That's funny because that's who I picked for the Super Bowl this year. And a little pitch run play that looked kind of like a tricky gadget play. But Michigan sniffs it out right away. And number 7 for Washington is, I got to give it up to this guy. He wants to go out on his shield. He's saying, give me the ball. Let me take the beating, because every single one of these tackles looks really uncomfortable for him. That left foot can't feel good to plant in the ground. And he gets rocked and lands on that left leg. 2 plays ahead of me on YouTube. Dang it. Yeah, I've got a stream going, so try not to spoil too much if you don't mind. Are you 2 plays ahead of even the let's see here, where Michigan timeout? Because I think I'm following on the Yahoo page, and it looks like we're kind of in step there. But even the actual live feed for me is a little bit behind. So I'm reacting to it, and then maybe about 15 seconds later, I see it happen on YouTube. So I apologize for that. But I guess that's just the way it kind of goes, when you're doing this. Maybe I can become one of the big boys like Perna and Grassi, and get that Supreme live. So Penix is going to run it off to the right, and he gets nothing. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And Michigan already called their last timeout, so I would imagine if you're Washington, you let this thing drain all the way down before you take your 4th and goal opportunity, which I'm sure they're gonna go for it here. I mean, why wouldn't you? You don't go all this way and stop. So, all right, big test. It's either going to be a 14-point game or a 7-point game after this play. All right, shotgun position for Penix, running back to his left. He drops back. He's looking to throw. He throws it, and it is a touchdown. There's a flag. There's a flag. And we'll see. We'll see who this is on. Looks like it must be on Michigan. Dang it. Doesn't make me happy as a Michigan fan to see how dominant they started the half and then to see this happen with just 42 seconds left on the clock. But yeah, 42 set hike. I picked the Browns for Browns-Lions Super Bowl. I know it's kind of a long shot. I think the Lions seems like they're going to have to really figure some things out to make it through the playoffs unscathed. Because they've struggled against good teams this year. They got totally robbed in that Dallas game, of course, completely robbed. So they should be the number 2 seed, but really you got to play the gauntlet if you want to get to the Super Bowl anyways. So you're going to have to take them on again anyway, And the Browns, I think that Flacco, what he did with the Ravens, when they won that Super Bowl, was just such a great run. And I don't see why he, couldn't do that again with that defense. They have a world-class defense. Baltimore has always been known for their defense, and they certainly had a great one when they went on that Super Bowl run with him. So I think that I would not want to be playing the Browns, out of all the teams. Nice. So you're in Colorado as well, 42 set hike? 42 set hike! Yeah, Perna's great. Really love That's Good Sports. Shout out to him over there. And, shout out to Tom Grossi. What those guys do, not just for the pure entertainment that they provide everyone that watches them, but just what they do for the community. And, Grossi, all the charity work that he does is really awesome. It's so inspiring. And, I think that he just seems to be going about it the right way where, you just give and give and give and let the rest get taken care of because of your generous nature. And Perna especially is just, his personality cracks me up. The guy's hilarious. So 1st and 10 for Michigan. It's a completed pass to Loveland, and Michigan is already on the 45-yard line. 37 seconds left in the half. They're rushing up to the line to get this going. The ball is set, so the clock will continue to run at that point. Another shotgun snap. Pass by McCarthy. Cornelius Johnson gets tackled, and he's not able to get out of bounds, so the clock will continue to run as we go here. So Michigan's got to make a decision here, and they are going to clock it. So Michigan clocks it with 16 seconds left. 3rd and 3 from close to the 50-yard line here. Just past the 50-yard line. So 42 set hike. I imagine you're a Broncos fan. Gosh, it'll be interesting to see what those guys do in the offseason. Did you go to the event when Grossi was there, when Perna and Grossi met up? Or did you just bump into him in downtown Denver? Let's see here. 4th and 3 with 12 seconds left. So I don't know what you do here because I don't want to give Washington the ball back if I'm Michigan. Yeah, what do you do? Broncos and Lions. Okay, so you got your AFC and your NFC teams. All right. Hell of a year for the Lions. They put up a stat yesterday. It was like second time in history they've gotten 12 wins or something like that. Second time in history. That's wild. So yeah, Michigan's going to take the delay of game just so they have a better punting opportunity to pin Washington. So, disappointing that they couldn't get something going there, but that's a tough situation because, of course they know that you're going to be trying to stretch the field and, have a big play so the defense can, manage that accordingly. I think for Michigan, what it's going to be about in the second half is the defense applying more pressure on Penix, being able to get to him, and also looking out for those quick throws to the outside and looking for a pick six opportunity. I think that'll be the big thing for Michigan to look out for. Michigan has a great punt here down at the 2-yard line. So you imagine if you're Washington, they've just got to kneel it here and go into halftime and lick their wounds and see what we got, because it's just a 7-point ball game. So even you look at the stats, they may be at least in the first quarter, it was looking like Michigan was gonna put up a touchdown every drive. So it's going to be a whole new ball game here when we get back from the half. Looks like we still have one play left, so let's see what Washington does with the ball. Oh, bumped into him. Bumped into him. Did you say, I'm all jacked up on the fuck the refs blend? All right, folks, we are at halftime. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to take a little break along with the rest of the crew here, and I will join you guys here shortly. Once we're back from the halftime break, I'm going to grab a bite. Maybe we'll put on some music or something to play in the background, but we will be joining y'all here after the break. Meow, 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 meow.
Where is this competition? Okay, there. That's more like it than us.
Lulu, come here.
Why are you telling people about this, dude?
Just shave your head, dude. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're a couple. Let's see.
We've got one watching right now. That means it's just me. Hey there, 42 Set Hike is here for watching. Holy crap, it was just me a minute ago, and then there you are. Yeah, we are just about to get into second half action in the 2024 College Football National Championship at NRG Stadium in Houston. I've never been to Houston. I've only been to Austin in Texas. So yeah, we're just about to get rolling here. Fowler and Herbstreit are talking their talk. And I guess I thought the game would be back on a little bit earlier than that, but I do have a couple physical media quick show-offs that I can show you guys. Just got a copy of Batman Hush. This thing is thick. It's going to take me a while to read that. This was a suggestion by one of the subscribers who really liked the Wolverine #1 episode that I did. So I picked this up so I could show this one off, but I've got to read it first. And then, as kickoff is underway and Washington will start from their own 25, I got this record, Jump Rope Gazers by the Beths. The Beths are this great band from New Zealand. I absolutely adore them. And I did a show off of their latest record, Expert in a Dying Field. This is my second favorite out of their 3. All of the records are really good. It's just, you know, if you're going to buy them, you just want to buy them in the order that you really love them. So there's Jump Rope Gazers. Bing. And first down from Washington's 25. Penix is in a shotgun. He fakes the throw. He throws again. Kind of wobbly pass. Picked off by Michigan. That is an interception, baby. First play of the second half, and man, Michigan needed a big defensive play at some point. Hopefully they get more than just that, but that to steal that possession, if he is in bounds, stealing that possession could be huge here, especially with how Washington ended the last half by scoring that touchdown. Penix he's a little wobbly. That is an interception. He has possession. He has feet down. Yeah, complete control. Body in bounds. Not one part of him touches out of bounds until he has complete control. This is beautiful. I don't see any way I think that's going to be confirmed by the booth. I don't think there's any need to throw a red flag. You'd imagine that they would automatically review that, and that shows that he clearly gets that left hand under the pointy side of the ball there before it hits the ground. The left hand, wow, the quickness of that is so impressive when you think about doing that while falling down. And Penix, he just sort of got hit. His ankle doesn't look good. Yeah, he was just sort of bent in a weird way. So Michigan takes over from the 32. We've got a run play from Corum that picks up about 2 yards before he gets thrown back. But yeah, hopefully Michigan kind of gets back to, what you were saying, getting back to their game plan, which is running the ball. Oh, and his own offensive lineman stepped on his ankle. Yeah, that looks really rough. Ooh, that's not the way you want that joint to bend. I mean, he'll probably be okay, but it's going to be gingerly on that foot after that. And Corum just breaks it up the middle. Big gain for first down. Wow. Pick up a 13 just like it's nothing. And I think this is what you do if you're Michigan. You pass when you feel like you have to. Maybe you pass on a first down because you can get the rest of it, or pass on a second and short, something like that. I mean, I just feel like the passing game for Michigan is the icing on the cake, and it's what you. We have a false start. That was pretty rough. Michigan looked pretty disorganized there. But yeah, you rely on your run game because that's what eats up the clock and what pushes the other team around, and then you just wait for those opportunities to strike with the pass game. I'm pretty far behind. Oh, crap. Okay, let me refresh. All right, and Michigan just keeps on moving back. Another false start, and 2nd and 18. Yikes. So now you got to go for the pass. And the ball is batted down. So, golly. You get this turnover, and you think it's just going to turn into an immediate strike, and just kind of fizzling out with the mental mistakes here. Yeah, this guy gets his whole arm on that thing. Jeez, it's a big boy. What's happening, Team SOS? Allie's in the chat. There we go. I was wondering if you were going to get in the chat, Allie. I was like, when's Allie going to pop in there? When's that Allie girl going to be there? So Michigan, man, JJ has to throw it really quick there as he was getting rushed. They pick up about 5, but it's 4th down, and I'd imagine you're trying to kick a field goal here. That's right, Allie. Go blue. And Team SOS, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. Is this the first time checking out the channel? Are you new? Yeah, Michigan, big turnover, but just not able to turn it into, an immediate strike there. So Going for the field goal attempt here. The kick is up and straight down the middle. Not much drama there. Team SOS rated. So you guys must know each other. You guys come over from Perna? I know 42 Set Hike, you came over from Perna, right? Yeah, you got to watch your stars. You got to keep up on that. So what I'm looking out for, Allie, is like, the Capitals just haven't been very great the last couple years, but I do have a really nice sweater that Capitals sweater I'd like to put on and sport during a stream if they can play in a significant match this year. Hey, maybe are they going to play the Stars this year? Do you know? I guess we could check the schedule because that would be a fun one. Get you involved there. Why the heck not? Yeah, let's see who the Capitals have on the docket while we're on commercial break here. So Michigan kicks the field goal, takes a 10-point lead. And let's see if they can get another stop on defense. That's what we're hoping for, right, everybody? Right, everybody in the chat? On the 29th of this month. All right. That should be fun. Do you want to stream that one together? Do you have a channel? Do you do anything like that, Allie? Let me know. So my Yahoo's telling me it's the 27th. Is that incorrect? Who knows? Can't trust anything you see on the internet these days. And it's at Dallas. All right. Oh, cool. So I figured you were in Texas, but are you right there in the city? Or I mean, close enough to where you can basically say you live in the city? Oh, sweet. 42 Set Hike. So Team SOS is another streamer that okay. I'll have to check out the channel. Let me check him out. Let's see here. Always looking for new content to watch and new people to embrace and see if their personalities make me, fall in love with them, as it were. It's like hanging out with buds. All right, Team SOS. Oh, so Team SOS is streaming right now. And Team SOS streams hockey, Rangers, Senators, Pats, Giants. Okay, cool. Sweet. Is it exclusively that? No, mental health Q&A. Okay, cool. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, but a lot of game streams. Okay, and watch parties. Okay. AEW Dynamite live stream. Okay, sweet. Y'all subscribe. Boom, there it is. Subscribed. Doing really well. 2.1 thousand subscribers. All right, man. Hell yeah. Let me let him know. Subscribed. Just so he knows what's up. I'm keeping an eye out, all right? Thanks, Hez. Go Blue indeed. I hope you guys are having a hell of a time. I wish that were a touchdown there, but, you take what you can get and go for another stop here and see if you can sack Penix and see how that ankle's doing. So you're about 2.5 hours away. So if you go to a Stars game, you're, getting an Airbnb or a hotel or staying with a buddy or something like that, I'd imagine. No way in heck you're going to a game and then driving back that night. Can't have any fun. All right, so Washington's got the ball back. They hand it off up the middle, a gain of about 4 on 1st and 10. And yeah, the banged up running back who looks even more taped up on his left leg. He's just going to keep on running until that thing snaps right off, I guess. Cesar Blanco here from Team SOS. That's awesome. Well, welcome. Yeah, this is the very first live stream I've done for a game. So I'm a huge Michigan fan. My dad got his master's from U of M. after graduating from the Coast Guard Academy. So just been a fan my whole life. I thought first time they've been playing in a natty since 97. So wanted to hop on here and just see if we could grab some folks who have maybe never checked out the channel before and, see if there's an audience for doing this every once in a while. I do, I like so many of the, That's Good Sports and Tom Grossi and all that. So not looking to really eat into that corner of YouTube too much, but certainly like in this instance, it's fun to jump on when my team is playing in the national championship. So welcome. A day game, 1 or 2. Okay, great. Hell yeah. Well, I will be watching and talking shit through Twitter depending on how it goes, but I have a tough time expecting much because the Capitals are so hot and cold. I don't know if, is this really a personal foul? Didn't have to push him there. I thought from the camera angle at first, it looked like he pushed him before he stepped out of bounds. But also it's sometimes in football, it's so the offensive player gets to fight. And as soon as he gets tackled, now it's a personal foul. So I don't know. Oh, tipped. Oh, Penix with a quick throw and it was tipped right away. And I was hoping one of my other boys was there to grab it, but that was not the case. 2nd and 10 coming up, but Washington has been moving the ball on this drive thus far, and they are already on the 34-yard line here. Low snap, handoff up the middle, met almost immediately by Michigan's defense, picks up a couple yards there. It'll be 3rd and 8. Hey, Cesar Blank. Okay, so Cesar, you are a mod over there. And this guy, man, this is really fun. I like seeing the score up in the corner. He's got the backdrop. This guy, this is how you really do a stream and get people involved. And, this is really cool. This has got a good look going on. And what kind of shirt is that? Is that like a King Ghidorah or something like that? So Penix throws one. He's got a nice little sidearm action that he can slip through the middle of the field. I noticed he used that towards the end of the first half, and they pick up some yardage there on 3rd down, but now they're in a 4th down situation. And I'd imagine if you're 10 points down at this point, you just kick the field goal and get within 1 score. We'll see what decision Washington goes with here. They are pulling the offense off the field, and they're gonna kick the field goal here. And the kick is good. 20-13 Michigan with 9 minutes left, 8:58 in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, Allie, the injuries in sports, it's like every team deals with them. It can be so heartbreaking, especially when you feel like you're on the cusp of a run or, when it just comes at the worst time of the year. But certainly being without your starting goalie, it presents some unique challenges. It is interesting though in the NHL because I think that you do see every year, sometimes even in the playoffs, a backup goalie that gets a chance because the starter's struggling and then they go on to have a great starting career themselves. So, I'd say just like in the NFL with a quarterback, it's if your backup can get you through and win you 2/3 of the games they have to play, they don't even have to win you every single game, but if they can provide that safety net, then they could have a starting job somewhere because who knows what they could do if they had full control. So I feel with goalies in hockey, hopefully your backup steps up and shows what he's made of and, can become a bit of a folk hero for you guys. When I got into hockey, the Stars were still in Minnesota, and they were called the North Stars. And Tampa Bay and Ottawa didn't even have teams yet. I think that I first got into hockey was 92, 91, 92, something like that. So You know, the Rangers were really good. The Penguins were really good. Mario Lemieux was doing his thing with Yamir Yagar and all that. So I actually, my first favorite team when I got into hockey was the Detroit Red Wings. Because I started playing NHLPA 93 on the Sega Genesis, which is my favorite version of that whole series from EA Sports. And I love Detroit in there. Steve Yzerman, Sergei Fedorov, Vladimir Konstantinov, Tim Cheveldae, Bob Probert, like all those, you know, just that amazing group of dynasty players from the Red Wings. But then as I just got I liked them so much on the team because you could just destroy everyone with them. And Washington was really good too. The Capitals were really great at that time. They had like Mike Ridley and Calle Johansson and let's see here, who was there? I'm struggling to remember who the goalie was at the time, but Dino Ciccarelli, so was playing wing. So I just ended up going with the Caps because my siblings grew up in the DC area, so I grew up like a Redskins fan, Redskins, Capitals. All of my siblings grew up Orioles fans, but I went with the Yankees because I guess I just wanted to go against them. And the Yankees were so bad when I got into them. It was like late 80s or something like that when I started really getting into watching baseball. Such a bad team. But they turned it around and got a few there in the 90s. Washington kicks off, and Michigan is going to take the touchback. Thank you. Second time they've done that. 42 set hike. I have not seen the new Garfield trailer. I'll have to check that out. I love the comics. I love Garfield's sense of humor in the comics. I didn't enjoy the other movies they made. I usually like Breckin Meyer a lot, but I thought he was like pretty miscast as John. I felt like they should have done a Garfield movie in the 80s and had Judge Reinhold play John because he looks exactly like just even the lankiness of John in the comics. And didn't really I love Bill Murray, but I just didn't think the writing was really, good in those Garfield movies. Yeah, the Pistons 3-33 on the season. It's pretty unreal. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Donovan Edwards gets the ball. He's been explosive today, and he barrels forward for about 5 yards there on first down, maybe just 4 before he stepped out of bounds. Third string, Allie, yeah. Hey, sometimes you got to do that to give that other guy a rest, and they're all pros, right? So you just figure that, when you have professionals out there performing, they need to rise to the occasion and get the job done. Like, I don't care if you're third string. You need to win, damn it. Oh, so so 94, that was right in the, Dallas didn't have their own team at that point either, right? Donovan Edwards up the middle again. He gets a few, and it looks like there was some daylight, but then he gets stuck by Hampton from Washington. His jersey is off his shoulder pads, and Michigan will reload for a 3rd and short here. Man, it looked like he was going to be able to get something, but I don't know if he saw this guy. He would have had to cut left there after seeing that view from behind the line. Oh, damn it. Yeah, not what you want to see if you're a Michigan fan. Oh, thank you, Allie. Yeah, I interviewed last night. Yesterday I did a couple interviews. I interviewed my buddy Brian McPherson, who's a musician. He's putting out a record here on the 19th of January. He's like a singer-songwriter, rips it on harmonica, really personal, like thoughtful stuff, political in a kind of like middle of the road sort of way. Excuse me. Burger burps. And then got to interview the folks from Lux Media and Chris Stanley, which was really cool. And Chris was really sweet. Oh, so they did go there, and Dallas went there in 93. Okay. Chris Stanley was really sweet. He was like, Davey, you got such a soothing voice. And I'm like, oh, that's too sweet. Yeah, my wife tells me, like, you should be doing the commentary for football. I usually, like, I'll say something and then the announcers say it. So, whatever. That's got to happen with so many people, right? You're watching the game and you say something. If you watch the game long enough, you start having those little insights, and it doesn't happen every time, but
you'll say something and they say exactly, like,
yeah.
minutes later, they'll say exactly what you said.
Yeah, Kate's saying that I'll say something and then they'll say, like, the exact wording. Well, I'm just in control of the universe a little bit, so I guess the only reason why I'm not wildly successful is just because I don't want it to happen. And that's not sour grapes, that's just the truth. But yeah, I can really ham it up. So Michigan's got the ball on the 33-yard line. Aaron Judge steps up to the plate. He's 3 for 3 tonight with 17 home runs. I didn't even know that was mathematically possible. Hey, you guys, let me know if you want to meet our cats. We'll run the cats through the camera here. They're all trying to, like, groom and nap after eating like a bunch of bitches. My boy Cosmo is, like, just going at his back foot right now. He's just, it's hilarious. He's got these things that we call foot beards. Because he's just got the beard just comes out of his foot. He's got such furry paws. We've got 4 people in the chat. And Michigan is winning 20-13. They just punted the ball back to Washington. Am I on? Come on. What is going on? All right, I think we're back. There we are. All right. But it seems like I have to rearrange the website. There we go. Yeah, I got to figure out like a cooler setup, I think, for for this whole thing. This was kind of put together pretty quick. This whole operation was put together in weeks. Well, it can all be torn apart in a matter of minutes, lady. And I'm telling you that I'm ready to do that thing. That's from Day of the Dead, everyone. The greatest George Romero zombie movie. That's a 5-yard penalty on Washington. 5:30 left in the third quarter, 3rd and 15. Michigan is up 20-13. And what you gonna do when the ball gets moved back? So 3rd and 15 here. Awesome opportunity for Michigan to put the heat on Penix and see if they can get to him and cause a mistake. Let's see. It looks like they're blitzing, but we'll see what they do with coverage here. Yeah, they are. There they go. They dive back. They're just going to bring their front 4. Penix launches it, but the ball is just out of reach, just not quite there. The receiver was technically open. If the ball is better placed, that's a catch. So, man, really a couple close plays here for Washington. He might be able to have pulled that down. Yeah, but he's just, his natural momentum is taking him out. But yeah, you know, good on the refs for kind of letting him play there. Punt by Washington. Man, Michigan got in there. And another great bounce, though. This guy's punts are crazy because they just terrible looking at first, and then they just doink their way to the 6-yard line this time. So Michigan's got 94 yards to eat up here if they want to reach pay dirt. So what? That's just a couple Donovan Edwards runs. That's not so bad. We got 3 people in the chat, 2 people in the house, 3 cats in the house. Bubba, do you want to be on YouTube?
You went back for the split again.
Lulu.
She's in the bedroom.
Go get her.
Really?
I'm trying to make my wife go get the cats.
Where's Demi? Oh, see,
Hit the heart button if you guys want to see the cats.
but they're all chilling.
Man, the stream is like way behind too. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this updated for you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it seems to be okay. It seems to have caught up. I have so much to learn.
What are you saying?
I'm just chatting on the other guy's thing. Said luckiest punter ever. Punts at 30 yards and then it rolls 30 more yards.
Jesus commercial.
What is this commercial?
It's one of those Jesus commercials.
Mm. He gets us. Bubba,
It's so beautiful.
come here. Come here. Is there a way I can like see who's in the chat? Participants. There we go. So it's just me and Allie. Even Matt left. Even my own brother. Allie, do you play any video games? Do you play I'd imagine hockey is your favorite sport, your go-to. Do you play any hockey games, anything like that? There's Matt. Matt's back. Allie's gone. Matt's there. I am in the other room, Mom. I did get your text. I just, trying to focus on this, but I'll reach back out once the game's over. Well, because they have me streaming in the other room. So Michigan takes over from their own 7-yard line. J.J. McCarthy in the shotgun. And they run Corum up the middle. He loses a yard, or maybe he gets back to the line of scrimmage. The Washington players can't stop falling all over him, and apparently it's not a personal foul, but if you nudge a guy out of bounds, then it's a flag. You got NHL 21. I got one of the newer ones. Is 21 the one that came with the old, like you could also play the old 94 version of the game, but with all the current stats and current players? Because I downloaded one of them that was like that, where like Ovechkin with his like broken teeth is on like the 16-bit version. And they run Corum up the middle again. Gosh, I just don't know. I know they got to get back to the run game, but if you don't, now it's 3rd and 8 just like that. At least you're eating away the clock, but it's time to score, Michigan. It's time to show some flashes. All those wrinkles we were talking about in the first half, it's time to bring those wrinkles back out. Yeah, 0 for 6 on third down for Michigan, and they're 45% on the season. So Washington's doing something right here on defense, and Michigan needs to figure it out. 3rd and 8. JJ takes it. He runs it up the middle. He's going to pick it up. He keeps on going. He is turning into Josh Allen, hero ball, running it up the gut. Good vision. Saw that he didn't need to necessarily slide. Didn't take a big hit. Man, what a run. You hope that he only has to do that a couple times a game. And you hope it's effective when he does. And that's definitely one of those instances. It's about as graceful of a hit that a quarterback can take on a run play. And Michigan has a 1st and 10 on their 31. And JJ takes it off to the left. That's going to be another Michigan 1st down. And everyone's very friendly on the sideline. No one gives him that tough push. And they pick up about 11 or 12. It's going to be another Michigan 1st down. Do you guys play Switch, Allie? You and your kid? You play the Switch? I play a lot of the Switch because I love all the old games, so I spend so much time just playing Super Nintendo and Sega games on the Switch. And, of course, NES. Little pitch to the left for Donovan Edwards, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards there on 1st down. And Michigan is looking to get some of that swagger back here on this drive. They need to give their defense a break. We need a long, sustained drive. We need a good 7-minute drive, eat up that clock, end with 7 points, give the defense a break, and let them apply the pressure. And again, you're going to get tired of hearing me say it. The clock is a weapon, people, so use the clock as a weapon. Oh, man, a big old loss after a pitch to the edge. And it's going to be a long 3rd down for Michigan again, even longer than before. So you got, was it the NES Classic, Allie, that's got all those games on it? He knocks his own helmet off? So isn't that targeting if you lead with the crown of your helmet? No matter where you hit the person, isn't that targeting? Right? You're leading with your helmet. I thought that's a flag. But no, 3rd and 10 for Michigan. JJ's figuring some stuff out at the line. Plenty of time on the play clock. Roman Wilson gets the pass. He runs to the edge, and he is able to pick up most of it, but it is going to be 4th down Michigan. Man, this is getting really frustrating. I don't like how this game is going. Not a fan. Here, I'm going to bring the website back up, and maybe it'll be a little closer, because I think the website's much further behind than it should be after having to reload the program here. So let's see. All right, so Michigan punts it, and it's a good punt. Washington's going to have to start on their own 11-yard line. So, again, the punter's doing a better job than he did last week against Alabama. It is a grind, Chris Fowler. Kate did not make a delicious cake tonight, but she made sliders that are very delicious, and she made a cake from Trader Joe's, a little peppermint cake. So yeah, she's always cooking, always baking. She's very, very sweet. I'm so fortunate to I think especially in this day and age, just to be with somebody that like genuinely enjoys it, you know? But yeah, maybe sometimes she does it begrudgingly if I'm as busy as I've been lately. Oh. She says she never cooks begrudgingly. She snapped right back. just to let me know that she never does that.
Like a chore.
It never feels like a chore, is what Kate says.
I enjoy cooking. Yeah.
She enjoys cooking. She enjoys it very much. And man, another one of those little sidearm passes from Penix, and they're so effective. They just eat away. And Michigan has to figure something out here because this is not going their way. They need something to turn this around in a big way. Ooh, banana nut cake.
Ooh, that sounds great.
Yeah, that would be really good with coffee. All right, so we're headed into the fourth quarter here. It'll be a fresh set of downs for Washington, and I'm nervous. Let the stress sweating begin because Michigan's only been able to put up 3 points this half. I guess both teams have only put up 3, but I was expecting more after a very explosive first quarter, and I need some more of that. Yeah, I mean, Matt, hopefully the containment, I'm still waiting for the anticipatory shoeless Joe Jackson knowing that the ball's coming and just, picking it off mid-stride and, really getting that momentum shifter in the game. I think that Michigan's got to just be waiting for that opportunity. I mean, it's right there in front of him with how much they sling the ball around. So hopefully if their offense can't figure it out completely, then their defense can give them what they need. Oh, dang. Is this a Twisted Tea commercial with Vanilla Ice? Is that who that was? Whoever it was, it looked like Vanilla Ice. Yeah, you gotta love that commercial. When you're eating fries in bed, make sure that you've got Tums nearby, because that shit's gonna burn, yo. The cats are being so lazy, and I was hoping to really show them off to you guys.
Yeah.
Should I disturb them anyways and just parade them by? I think so.
You want me to bring them?
No, I'll do it. This little guy is Cosmo. Say hi, Cosmo. Say hello. There you go. What do you think about being held, huh? What do you think about it? Look at him. Look at how cute he is. Elja Bobo. There you are. There you are, Cosmo. Whoop, boop. All right. We'll let him nap again. Hi, Danny. Time to make your network debut. This is our sweet little rescue Demi. She's such a sweet girl. She was found on a farm just a couple days old in the middle of May out here in the desert. So it's a miracle that she was okay and she got rescued by some very sweet people. And I fell in love with her on Instagram, so we had to have her. Boop. And a short gain for Washington. And I've got one more cat to show you guys, but the game's back on. We've got Loomis, who I named after Dr. Loomis from Halloween. So she's my girl. All right, 2nd and 7. Washington is on their own 26-yard line. Penix in the shotgun. Takes the snap, throws it quickly, And they are able to stop. Wow, just the quickness of the Huskies offense is something else here. So 3rd and 4. It's going to be a tough one. Oh, and we've got Lumi. This is Loomis.
Say hi, Lumi.
How are you doing, baby girl?
She was
You got
napping
a foot.
on the bed.
You got a foot. You got a foot. Here, let me show her off. Look at this beauty, babe. Look at her perched up there. Whoop, boop. What do you have to say, Lulu? You don't want to be held? I love you so much. Clearly, she can tell there's a microphone in front of her. She doesn't want to say anything. Oh, gosh, it's like putting kids on Santa's lap, right? It's a big old struggle. And, yeah, Washington, just a good pass by Penix. The receiver or running back just gets his eyes upfield before securing the ball, and that will get you a lot of the times. So 4th and 4, and Washington is going to punt it back to Michigan with 3:38 left on the clock.
Lumi's hanging.
Again, actually, this is one of his better punts, and it is going to roll forward, but it bounces out of bounds. Probably some of the best field position Michigan's had off of a punt the whole game. So JJ and the rest of the guys will take over here.
So funny. Look at
Isn't she so pretty? She's so pretty.
Loomis. Oh, hey, Allie. I don't know how much of... It's so delayed on the thing.
Well, yeah, so
that
you
by
just
the
have to
time
like
I see
get in
myself,
front of the camera, which is right there, and talk into the
It's
microphone.
hard, it's hard to
I mean,
tell.
what do you want me to tell you? Don't be shy. They are so beautiful, Allie. We love them.
Yeah, there are babies.
Our precious babies.
We don't have babies, but there are babies.
Yeah, we're still mulling that one over. We do have time. Kate just turned 30, so we can figure that stuff out. And, you know, I'll be horny forever, so whenever she's ready, it'll be but, you know, we're about, 11 and a half years apart or whatever. So, yeah, we've got time to figure that out. And who knows, you know? I think it would be cool to be a parent. I respect the hell out of people that take that dive, whether or not it was something that was planned. I think it's a really difficult job with a lot of stakes, and it takes a lot of your time and heart and money, everything that life has. Like, you have to pour that into your child. So really respect it, and just want to make sure that, you know, if Kate and I decide to do something like that, that we're ready to join you guys and with that commitment, because it's serious business. 32 when you got pregnant. Yeah, we're
You're
good.
never ready is what everybody says.
Yeah. You're never ready, and you never really know like why it happens. Like, what is it that you do that ends up in pregnancy? I don't even understand. It's like suddenly you're just pregnant. Stork shows up with a baby. I don't know. I don't know. Falls down a well, eyes go cross, gets kicked by a mule, go back to normal. I don't know. Yeah, Allie, Kate is very pretty. You're right. Yeah, the cats are just so... Like, we wish the cats would snuggle a little bit more. Demi, the little tuxedo girl, she snuggles Kate a lot. Like, when Kate puts the blanket on her lap and we're watching a show, Demi just falls right in there. But the other two just don't seem to want to cuddle too much, which, you know, whenever they do, it just makes it that much more special, right? All right. This is a big drive for Michigan. Got to get something going here. I don't even care if it's just a field goal at this point. You got to get something out of this drive, you know? So getting jazzed up by the old guard. Yeah, man. This is an opportunity that you just have to seize. Let's go. As Tom Grossi would say, let's frickin' go. frackin' get it. JJ gets it from the shotgun, rolls right, throws. Cornelius Johnson can't keep a handle on the ball. It would have been a first down and a pretty good pickup, but he just can't, corral it in as he runs across the field. Man, so close. Oh, it hits him right in the bread box. You got to catch that ball. I mean, it's thrown perfectly. Like that, if Tyreek Hill catches that ball, it's a touchdown. It gets thrown that ball, it's a touchdown. Perfectly in stride, right on the chest of the shoulder pads. And another shotgun snap from JJ, 2nd and 10 for Michigan. We got Blake Corum running to the left. He's going to pick up about 5 yards, maybe just 4. So we're going to have a 3rd and mid here. And yeah, Michigan, it's time to get out of these 3rd longish situations. Big 3rd and 6 for Michigan here as they show the Washington Husky Blondies. Ball is snapped. JJ runs to the right. He's being chased, and he's going to fall down and not pick up the first. Damn. He just wasn't able to get his footing back under him after just having his foot grabbed there as the linebacker pursued him. Man. Oh, all it is that little hit there, and then he kicks himself. Oh, man. Unfortunate. 4th and 5, and Michigan is forced to punt. This is breaking my heart. Allie, I'm pumped for your Stars. They're winning 4-0. That's great. I'd be pumped if I were you. And Washington's going to field this punt and get rocked. This guy just gets eaten alive. No gain. Maybe half a yard, but it looked like he was still making a decision when he just got smacked. And so Michigan just can't figure it out. That dropped pass by Cornelius Johnson is just, you hope that doesn't loom large in the end. There we go. Put the Michigan logo there so it's not so blank. There you are. I should have like incidental music in the background, just like public domain tracks running in the background.
It's always sunny.
Yeah. All right. There we go. And there it is. I'm just talking. I'm not talking to you. Kate's sitting up here in the peanut gallery. I asked her to join me. She said she was going to do yoga, but I guess her yoga, the pose she's doing now, is women relaxing with blanket on.
Don't.
All right. Gonna need another defensive stand here from Michigan to make this thing a reality. And I am very concerned. Very concerned. Yeah, a couple of miscues there from Washington. That's just, this game would look totally different. So really hoping that the defense can come up with something big here. I feel like I've been saying that for most of the game. Good God, y'all. All right, 1st and 10. Washington has it on their own 33-yard line. In shotgun, snaps it, fakes the handoff, goes back to pass. Hardly any pressure, tons of time. The ball is broken up. The pass is broken up. Allie, I would love it if they could get an interception here. I still think that there's a pick six just waiting to happen here on one of these passes. They're such a pass-heavy team. I just feel like it's about recognizing it and jumping that route and just taking advantage. Right there to the left. Oh, crap. And a big old bomb pass. Now Washington has it on the 25. Is there a flag here on the offense? There is a flag. Holding on the offense. Wow. All right. Well, there you go. Get a little help there, Michigan. Yeah, 32-yard gain negated by the flag. And yeah, that's a big old hold right there. That's why that guy flails down the way he does. And so rightfully so, it's called. And here we go. Yep, can't pull him down. And here we go, another shotgun, some movement to the right here from Washington. It is 2nd and 20 from their own 23-yard line. Penix gets the snap, goes back. Not much pressure there. Quick pass, but the receiver is just upended, kind of pulled down, his legs scooped out from under him after a 2-yard gain. I think he was lucky to hold on to the ball. You don't see many people get tackled like that. All right, so 3rd and 18. Let's go, boys. Put the pressure on and contain. You have to contain. I'll say it again. Shotgun. That's like every college, right? I mean, who the... All right, goes back to pass. There's some pressure. Throws it quickly up the middle. And that is going to be well short of the first down. So we're looking at 4th, and I'm guessing like 8, something like that. And it looks like the Washington offense is going off the field. They will be punting. It'll be 4th and 9 coming up here. What? I'm pretty close? Yeah. Did I say something that they just said? Because I can't really hear them.
No, just 4th and 8.
Yeah. Sometimes it's tough to tell when you can't see the whole field. Like the guys doing the broadcast can kind of see the whole field. They probably have something that keeps track of the yardage gain. So here comes a punt. Washington's been killing it with the punts tonight. But a great, somebody was actually there to fair catch, receive the ball instead of letting it bounce 25 extra yards. So Michigan will have the ball from their own 30 when this drive starts. So, you know, we're looking at a 9:40 left in the game here. And Michigan, both teams really have been struggling on offense this whole second half. So, and Michigan, I guess it just seems so much greater because of how much success they had early in the game, especially in the first quarter. You know, Donovan Edwards with 2 touchdown runs, one of them 41 yards, the other 46. So a dramatic shift here where Washington's defense is really going blow for blow with Michigan and holding them to account. So the rest of this game, the story that this 9 minutes and 40 seconds is going to tell is, can Michigan's offense figure out a way to get past the Washington defense? Because Michigan's defense has been doing a pretty good job the entire game. Now, whether or not they sustain that is something to be seen as well. But I think the big story here is, can Michigan crack that code the way they did late in the game against Alabama, find that bit of offensive push that they need to secure a win, and in this case, secure a national championship and bring that baby back to Ann Arbor. Man, these commercials, they're just sad, aren't they? Kate just showed me this little meme here, so you guys can take a look at it. Little Dallas Cowboy meme. However, playing Washington yesterday looked pretty damn good. I agree, Allie. Michigan, or the defense can win you this game. I think it is that kind of cliched thing to say that defense wins you championships, and I think it's kind of like that's sort of like reductionist in a way. It's like the defense gives your offense more opportunities. I mean, if your defense is scoring, even better. But yeah, it's tough without a stout defense to really make it happen. Great throw and catch. Colston Loveland with a huge gain here manages to hold on to the ball even while an attempt to strip him that looked really, really good. A really good punch from up above, but just a huge gain. And honestly, not the best pass from JJ. It's a little high, a little behind, and he's able to turn it into a massive gain. So, yeah, Colston, 3 receptions, 64 yards, averaging 21.3 yards a catch. So, somebody that could play a really big role here. Michigan does have a lot of weapons as well, and I always think, especially when you get, if they end up in a red zone situation, that you've got to, make use of your tight ends. It's, they're the bigger guys. They can, you get them out in space, or they can push a guy, on a run pass option and then be open for a big play. Here we are, 2nd and 7. Michigan is on Washington's 27-yard line. And a fake pitch to the left. JJ rolls right. He's going to throw to Roman Wilson just right there. Michigan is going to pick up that first down. A nice gain of about 10 yards there on 2nd and 7. Beautiful play design here. You notice Roman Wilson comes across in motion. He lays down kind of a quasi block, lets the linebacker feel like he's going to get JJ, but then he's just right there open. So it's like, yeah, you get a little bump, and then look at me, I'm open, and there you go. I just picked up 11 yards. Red zone on the 15-yard line. Just under 8 minutes left to go. Blake Corum running it up the middle. Man, it seems like, I know Washington stopped him a couple times, but it seems like almost every time he's picking up 3 or 4 yards. He just bursts through. Excuse me, guys. Still dealing with this dry, scratchy throat. Yeah, Allie, that my brother Matt Conway Art, he worked on Never Hike Alone 2. He's worked on a whole bunch of, you can check him out on IMDb. I mean, he worked on The Avengers. He worked on the television show Gotham. Blake Corum up the middle. Touchdown, Michigan. Wasn't really up the middle. He had to jaunt off to the right and then jab forward. What a play. A little bit of a sigh of relief. Certainly the game is not over, but it makes you feel like you've got room, to just not worry as much as far as being a fan goes. So Allie, he worked on Gotham. He worked on Avengers. Oh my gosh, and they miss He made the extra point. Wow, hit the crossbar and it went in. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm kind of having a brain fart because sometimes I just have a tough time remembering stuff in the middle of trying to focus on something else. My brain gets a little ADD that way, and I don't want to undersell my brother's work here. I want to be able to give you the rundown. What's up?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he worked on Game of Thrones. Here, I'm bringing up the IMDb. The Orville, Tacoma FD, hilarious show. The Morning Show, he worked on that. Joe Pickett, The Yin Yang Master. See, he worked on the Picard television show, the Little Women movie from 2019, Shazam from 2019, Westworld, that TV series. He did one episode of Westworld, but he did like 7 episodes, like a whole season, I think, of Game of Thrones. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, that was a big one. I remember that was a big one for him. And really, like, the first big one was Shutter Island, being able to work for Martin Scorsese and, just months and months drawing cliffs. I remember when he told me, it was like, I was drawing cliffs for like 3 months. But it sounds like it was a great experience. Yeah, a whole bunch of movies. You should check out his IMDb, Allie. Is Joe Pickett a movie? Let's see here. Oh, TV series. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should check it out. Must be still going, huh? Or is it... Looks like it's just one season so far. Yeah, and so when I interviewed Cecil and Vin at Gathering of the Ghouls, afterwards, that was the first time I met Vin. Like, I've seen him around and stuff, and he, I think I said this on the live stream on New Year's Eve, that he was just kind of a rock star to me. I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's so confident and talented, and he's just a giant man, 6'4", 6'5", just a big dude, just impressive and intimidating in all the good ways. And after our chat, I was like, man, maybe these smaller films don't really like need that, but I'm just gonna put it out there because you never know, what someone's looking for when they're working on a creative project, and you never know, even if something doesn't work out for that project, what it could lead to down the road. So I was like, well, my brother's really talented at doing matte painting work. In addition to that, he can do concept art. He can, create entire scenes with Unreal. So, visual effects, it's gotten to the point now where, you can do so much more than I think a lot of people really realize. Godzilla -1 is a great example of that because it, being written, directed by a visual effects guy, it just shows how much potential there is within that realm. You're paying attention to the visuals so much. Wouldn't you want your director to be somebody like that? So it makes sense. And then, so I just brought it up to Vin. I was like, hey, Vin, do you need a matte painter? And he raised an eyebrow and was like, are you a matte painter? And I was like, no, but my brother is, and he's awesome. So it was really cool to get him in on that. And when I interviewed Chris Stanley and the Lux Media people yesterday, they just did that Uncharted fan film, The Oxus Redemption. And I think they had something like, it was only like $15,000 to $30,000, I think, that they used to make that film. So if you go and watch that, it's so impressive how it looks and how it sounds for the amount of budget that they had. And then you think about, like, what could a group like that do with a $300,000 budget, like Vin, was able to raise with for Womp Stomp to do Never Hike Alone 2. So they're embarking on their next project that's called Gotham Noir, and it's a Batman story that takes place in the 1900s, and like early 1900s, it looks like. So I think that'll be. It looks really cool. Chris Stanley playing Bruce and Batman, and Daniello and Sarah, the writing and directing partners. They do such a great job of bringing their A game, and they're really sweet people. So after I got off the chat with them, I messaged them and was like, hey, I just want to put this out there. If you guys are looking for concept art or matte painting, or even if there's some, maybe my brother could put together some scenes for you and save you guys some setups. Anytime you can save a crew a setup, it saves you a whole bunch of time and potentially a whole bunch of money. Washington, huge play here. Just a bomb of a pass that goes down to inside the 30-yard line of Michigan. It's going to be 1st and 10, just over 6 minutes left in the game. So Washington is on the move. This guy's wide open, no one around him. Holy crap. That's not what you want if you're Michigan. You don't want a quick strike, so you have to slow things down here for them, and they can't get those points back right away. And so, Gotham Noir, hopefully, Matt can get brought on that. We have a false start here on Washington, so that's going to move him back 5 yards. And, who knows? Maybe Davey Deathray will have his first film role, or, have something to do with that. We'll see what we can get cooking. Can't count your eggs before they've hatched, certainly. But I would love to do like voiceover, even if I were just like a cop's voice on a walkie-talkie or something like that would be cool. But if I could do whatever I can to play a role in their film, then I certainly will. It would be great. And if not, then I'll continue to tout it and champion it, because I love seeing homegrown, do-it-yourself type creative people succeed. So whatever role I can play, I'm here for it. And Penix just has kind of an odd pass as he's approaching traffic and just, trying to get ready to take a hit. And so he sort of short arms it, and then the ball goes over his receiver's head. So we're 2nd and 15 from the 32. Washington is in field goal range. We'll see if Michigan can prevent them from gaining anything. Looks like another false start, but I don't see anything called here, and that is a dropped pass. That looked like a false start to me that wasn't called. There was a twitch on the right side of the line from Washington, and I think it even kind of happened on the play before, but this time, if I had a whistle in my mouth, it would have been blown. That's a dead play there. It's that whole Jawan Taylor thing from he was on the Jags, and I can't remember who he plays for now. The Eagles, where he sort of jumps on he has that half-second jump. So 3rd and 13, another false start I'm seeing from that same guy, and it's not called again. Great coverage from Michigan down on the sideline. Incomplete pass, 4th and 13. Should be 4th and 23 with 2 false starts, but what can you do? If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I am yelling at the refs to be looking out for that, because I think letting an offense get away with false starts is bullshit, because the game is so geared to assist offenses already. So I don't want my team to benefit from it. I don't want anyone else to either. And they're going for it on 4th and 13. This is huge. I don't. Yeah, they're not really going for it, right? You have to. I mean, yeah, you're 14 points behind. I guess you got to go for it. And the Michigan crowd starts chanting their Michigan-owned Jack White 7 Nation Army chant that has seamlessly replaced "We Will Rock You" in stadiums all over the world. What I think is funny is when a team is playing like Detroit or something like that, and their own crowd does it, and it's like, you guys don't know where that song comes from, do you? That cracks me up every time. If you're playing a Detroit team, you can't use the 7 Nation Army. You just can't. It's their song. It's a Detroit, Michigan song. No, I'm not saying it's about that. I'm just saying that it's, written from somebody that is about as Detroit as it gets, All right, 4th and 13. This is huge. Penix takes the snap. There's a hold there, big time hold. He gets some pressure, flag on the ground, and the ball falls short. And yet another flag, though. It looks like they're going to call some bullshit pass interference, even though there was also a hold on the offense. So this looks like it's going to be a draw and a replay. And Penix's left arm is in rough shape. So to me, this is the way I feel about these kind of calls too. If it's a holding penalty first on the offense, then the pass interference shouldn't matter at all. Yeah. No. And is it really pass interference? The ball, where does the ball fall? Is it catchable? No. Again, something that this really should be a penalty against the offense because it was the first, infraction that occurred. It's the 73 guy, the same guy that's been false starting and already got popped for one of those before. And you're going to tell me that, sure, okay, he doesn't need to make the contact. The ball is not catchable. So we're going to have another reload for another 4th and 13. Penix is out there, and if I'm Michigan, I'm bringing the friggin' house and just putting an end to this right now. Get him. Picked off. Woo! Mike Sanderstill with the interception. He's going to take this all the way. Penix gets smacked down. Oh, all the way to the 6-yard line. Sorry, it wasn't Penix that got smacked down. It was, I think it was that running back, number 7, who's been getting it all game. But Penix looks rough. He is going out on his shield. He looks like he's got broken ribs. You got to give it to this Washington team because they've fought the entire game. And there was a huge section of this game where it was too close for comfort. And there's still 4:23 left to play. The game is not over. But certainly the middle section of the game was a lot closer than how it feels right now. So Penix gets the pressure there. Just a really ill-advised throw. Like 6 defenders there, right? So you have to hit your receiver before he's in that spot of the field. So you have to throw to him a couple seconds earlier and hit him in stride in the middle of the field, which has been working for Washington so well the whole game. But, especially seeing the replay. Now really all you have to do is run Blake Corum 3 times. Or just once. There we go. That's close enough. Oh, and they're going to put him down at the half-yard line. Texas fan? I totally get it. You live in Texas. I mean, how can I, you don't have to say sorry. You know what? I'd be offended if you were from Michigan and you were a Ohio State fan. How about that? Yeah, I mean, you can't, yeah. The way I look at fandoms is kind of like, everyone should be able to love the teams that they love. They should be respectful of, other teams' fans and celebrate the great moments. And there you go, Blake Corum sealing the deal. Blake Corum. And now, man, what was a 7-point game at the halftime and for, a good chunk of the third quarter is now just looking like a complete destruction. Big smiles from Sharon Moore. Jim still looks stressed. He's probably trying to decide which NFL team he's going to go to, so his job isn't done. And Washington fans and players are, this is with how they played in the first half, I totally understand. Especially, if they watched the way Michigan played Alabama last week, they're probably thinking that could be us. We just need, if you hang in there in the first half, that could be us, Because even though, Michigan may have been favored as far as ranking goes in that game against Alabama, Nick Saban coaches his team so well. He gets the best out of his players. And you just can never count Alabama out. They're one of those kinds of teams. Nice, your favorite goalie went to Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's a really good, then the hockey in Michigan, the players that come out of the school are so great. And, football, obviously, basketball hasn't been so great lately, but they, maintain relevance every now and then. And even, Jim Abbott, a great, MLB pitcher, pitched at Michigan. Love Jim Abbott. What a guy. So Michigan is about to kick it off here. They are up big time. It is 34-13, people. I think this is the same score when The Redskins beat the Bills in the Super Bowl in I think the Super Bowl was 1992, season of 91. I think it was 34-13 was the final. We'll see, what other kind of action there is left in this game. Clearly if you're Washington, you can't give up now, but you have to start thinking as far as Penix goes, something's up. Like, are his ribs broken? And like, do you send that young man back out there? What responsibility is it also of, when you see a player that can't let go of a part of their body that's, kind of vulnerable? I mean, of course you have to go out there and do what you can. I feel like if I'm Washington's coach, I let somebody else go out there and finish this game, and I let this young man rest up and get ready for the next step in his career, not risk further injury. Yeah, Michigan basketball was great in the 90s. The Fab Four. Flag comes in for some reason. Penix can't even like it looks like even though he has that pad there, it's like the pad is hurting him. Yeah, he is struggling here. And I don't know what the flag, I guess I didn't see, I have no idea what that flag was. Are they saying like a face mask or like a, what the heck is it? Spit it out, ref. Wow. They're really going to call a targeting on a player with 3:22 left in a national championship game. Let's see the replay. I mean, he hits him helmet to helmet. What about the targeting earlier? What about earlier when Washington's player led with his helmet to the chest? Because that could still be considered targeting. I think that's pretty ticky-tacky and pretty weak. Especially if they end up kicking this guy out of the last few minutes of a possible national championship. I guess he can always celebrate with his teammates in the locker room if that's the way the game ends up. Call reversed. All right. That's the right call. I'm glad to see that. Not a dirty play. I think sometimes with these two, it's like you're already making your move for your tackle. Like, and then another guy starts tackling the other guy, and you've already made that decision. It happens like that quick. So, there's a difference between it being dirty or not. And what are you going to do with Michael Penix here? Like, can he throw the ball? It looks like he can't even clap right now. His ribs look like they hurt so much he can't clap. And he's wincing with every step. I'm not trying to harp on it. I just think it's okay with less than 3 minutes left when you're down by 21 points to let your banged up quarterback rest up. Yeah, he has to short arm flick those balls because he can't stretch his body because his torso can't take it because he probably has broken ribs or multiple bruised ribs. So he takes the snap again, shotgun, a pass across the middle. He is not going to pick up the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1 with 2:45 left to play in the game. And I think it's safe to say that you can pop your champagne, Michigan fans. I don't drink anymore, but a sip of something might be kind of sweet. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 1, and they do pick up the first down. So Washington retains possession. They have it on their own, the 30-yard line, maybe the 31, and the clock's ticking down to 2 minutes. Yeah, Allie, he's not a hockey player. Yeah, I just, if this were the NFL, then it's different, right? Because it's somebody getting paid millions of dollars to be out there playing quarterback. So it's different, I feel like in this position, this guy's trying to get to that level of being an NFL quarterback. The last thing you'd want is some, short arming quarterback with hurt ribs getting, breaking his knee because he can't protect himself or get away. So yeah, but I'll shut up about it now. Clearly they don't care what I think. And he probably told his coach that he wants to be out there. But here he is, just every pass looks like it's about to be intercepted. Every time he drops back, it's about like he's about to get crushed. There he is again on the ground. I mean, dude, your right arm looks like it doesn't work anymore. I mean, he's a left-handed quarterback, so that's great, but every little hit, like that's not even that bad, that hit, but it's just, piles on. Yeah, what are you guys going to drink, Matt? 3rd and 10, just under 2 minutes. Penix takes it. He's going to take a hit and throw that ball away. And that, to me, is intentional grounding. I didn't see one receiver out there. I want the flag. He's telling the receiver he ran the wrong route. I want to see a flag. Because he knew that he was going to take a big hit there. So, throw the flag in the tackle box. Receiver not in the area. And is Washington just going to punt it and say goodnight? JJ looks so happy. He looks like his head's about to float away. He looks like he can't believe it. Oh, no, they are going for it on 4th and 10. Yeah. Why not, right? Let's just see if his arm can just fall off on this play. You got the cooks. All right, so you guys are doing a little bubble. $3 cooks, $5 cooks? What does cooks run these days? I used to, like when I go to basement shows, going to shows at the bomb shelter in Portland, there was like a little run there for about a month or so where I would get a bottle of cheap champagne and I would just like pop it and take one sip and then just hand it off in the crowd and then you never see it again. But it's just like, oh, cool. This is just kind of fun to do this at a house show. And then you just slam beers the whole rest of the night. Yeah, you guys are classy. Yeah, and Penix is just sitting there. Poor guy. I know I said I was going to shut up. I just feel bad for him. I don't like, what if he ends up being the quarterback for my pro team next year? I want those ribs healed up. If I have to watch a left-handed quarterback, then I at least want them to be healthy. Gosh darn it. Here we go. 4th and 10, 1:53 on the clock. Let's see what happens here. Michigan's defense is not letting up. They can smell blood in the water. They are great white sharks, and that is an incomplete pass. Michigan takes over on downs. Doesn't look like there are any flags here, and I'm guessing that we're just going to see a couple kneel downs unless Michigan really wants to drive the issue home. We got happy crying fans in the audience. This is beautiful. It's been since 1997 that Michigan has won a national championship. They had to share that championship with Washington State back in the days before the college football playoff, where sometimes they had to do that for some reason, and they couldn't just even have those teams play each other and create another game. So this is something Michigan fans have been waiting for a very long time. Through all the suspensions this year, and all the talk about the cheating scandal, which if you think that learning what people's giant signs that they hold over their heads, if that is cheating, then okay, but you still have to go out there and play ball. And Michigan played exceptionally well, especially in the back half of the season here. They didn't even have Harbaugh for 3 of those games. You're right, Matt. Penix is really good. Those little sidearm, like especially so at the beginning of the game, it was all about the quick right and left, the quick like kind of lateral throws, and then they switched gears at the end of that second quarter. These sidearm throws like right down the middle, and they fly at such a different angle, coming sidearm right down the middle. Really tough to get in the way of because they're not moving on a straight line; they're cutting across the field, and And yeah, I think Penix with some good offensive weapons around him. I mean, for our team, if he went to Washington and you have Brian Robinson and Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson, and you have a guy like Penix come in there, that is something else right there. And Jim Harbaugh avoided, not only, what a Jim Harbaugh move, he avoided the Gatorade dump and also threw one of his players under the bus to get all of the Gatorade dumped on him. And JJ takes the last knee. Michigan Wolverines are officially champions, folks. We have a 2024 college football playoff champion crowned. JJ McCarthy, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, just beastly in that first quarter. The defense holding it down when the offense wasn't quite kicking it. And man, a great coaching staff that had to step in to be the interim coaches throughout the year and keep everyone's heads on straight. Wow, what a game. I'm so happy right now, and I'm just trying to keep it relatively calm here so I don't. Thank you so much, Allie. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I can't wait. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Woo! Yeah, and Kate grew up in Detroit, born in Grosse Pointe Park. And yeah, so when Kate and I first met, I had to ask her, so Michigan, huh? Are you a fan of Sparty or are you a U of M girl? And she's like, oh, U of M. So, whew, it would have been rough if not. Who knows what would have happened if she said Sparty. And Jim just can't believe the confetti. He's like, I'm so scared that I'm going to eat some of this accidentally. Yeah, this has been amazing, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that stuck with us throughout the whole entire evening. I love my family for putting me on the TV in Matt's house. That's so cool. It's a cool thing to sort of think about and imagine. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your nights. Allie, is your game all over? Or are you guys still putting the beat down out there? Let's check it out. Wow, what a game. I was getting nervous there for a minute, and they ended up pulling it out. 4-0 was the final. Stars versus Wild. Beating up on your old hometown. All right, y'all. We're going to enjoy the post game here, listen to some of the speeches, and watch the ceremony. I'm going to hop off so Kate and I can enjoy that and each other's company. And then we're probably going to watch some of that Castlevania Nocturne on Netflix because I heard a bunch of negative stuff about it, but we watched the first couple episodes and really, really enjoyed it. So we're going to get back into that. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming by, people that jumped in, people that stayed the whole time. All right, we'll see you guys next time. And until next time, I've been and will continue to be Davey Deathray. Take care.